I got a sick thumbnail for y'all today. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Let's get this started here. Okay, here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Reviewing TimtheTatman at 4 p.m. EST, plus lots of fun and excitement. Link in comments. Hey, Chris. I'm just gonna be. It's exhausting. I have to do the Twitter announcement, rename my stream, YouTube community announcement, Discord ping. It's a bit of a fiasco. I'll explain my setup in just a second. I realize I don't even have the setup command yet, so I'll explain everything briefly. Hold tight to your butt cheeks. Not too tight though. Viewing Tim the Tatman PV in at 4:30 p.m. EST, plus other fun stuff. New setup also fun. And then here. All right, let's get the setup command going. Commands, edit. Wait, I don't even add setup, in-laws, or not just family visiting, and I don't want to make them whisper during coaching / have to hear me scream all the time. There you go. Plus, how many times on stream have I been able to do this? Not often. It hasn't happened very often. Hi, Kitty. Good girl. May OTP? You got a problem with that? I literally just picked the off meta here so that I can practice the micro of them better so that I can coach them better. That's all. Just the fact that I'm better than you. But yeah, hey Chris. Hey Azanemo. You ever compete in any MMA? No. Too many concussions. I taught and trained MMA for self-defense purposes and just because I enjoyed the sport, but a lot of the sparring that we did was very controlled. I've had way too many concussions with football in high school. I had like 4 concussions. So that's the last thing I need right now. May players? Bro, I don't even play May. Look, I literally picked May because I didn't know how to play May that well micro-wise. Look at this. Prior to competitive this season, I had like 19 hours on May. Like one of my least played heroes. I just built different, that's all there is. It's just a good Bible verse. Joking aside, I think you'll get GM after 2 more wins. I'm not even playing the game though. I legit played like a couple hours. I'm just too good, that's it. I don't have time to play. I'm too busy. Why am I being pinged on Twitter with this? I don't look like this, do I? That's not me. No way. Okay. I will say this. The disturbing thing is this is exactly what my facial hair does. You see that little like awkward like chin thing? That is exactly what my chin does. So the resemblance is uncanny. Shut up. No, it's not. It's not. Look at this guy's beta chin. Look at this. Look, wait. Yeah, it's freaking tiny. What the heck? Stupid. Here, bigger. No. No, it's not. It's not uncanny. You see this beta? This guy eats this guy eats peanut shells. You just no. Raw steak. It's a big difference. Big difference. You guys have problems. Hello, Lydia. Thank you for my tea. This beta male? I did say beta male. I wasn't about to say beta male. I did say beta male. Beta male. And the guy's got my name too. Screw off. He closes the fridge with his sips. No, wait a second. What if I do that? There's not a problem there. Which one older? That's clearly the original model. Now, I can't tell if that's an insult or a compliment. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room before we actually review. I know I've got the zoomer hair, okay? I got a haircut. My hair's really curly. This is not in, there's no product in this whatsoever. And I realized, I'm like, oh no. I realized like one of the kids is gonna go like, you know, I invented this hairstyle. My hair is like this, okay? This is just how it is. No, don't say undercut perm. No. Why did you say that? That hurts my feelings. Dang it, man. Dude, that's just how my hair is. Yeah. Sucks, man. I feel like the guy that first started wearing bell bottoms and you guys all stole it and ruined it. I can't help it if my hair is like thick and succulent and beautiful. Yeah, just try. Stop calling me perm boy. Looks like Dr. backwards. Dang it, man. Oh man, I'm gonna take my earbuds. I don't know why I have my earbuds in. I'm gonna let this echo as loud as it possibly can. Okay, but yeah, long story short, I'm in my bedroom because family's over, and so I didn't want to like have to make them be quiet during my long coaching hours on my off days and my stream days as well. So, friend, what age am I? How old do you think I? Oh, never mind. Wait, is it leaked on Liquid P? Some of you guys already know how old I am. Okay, no, wait. Let's set up a poll. Poll. No. Age. Which one do you think I'm closer to? There you go. Polls live. Oh no, why is there a vote for 40? Why? No, please stop voting for 40. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop. Stop voting for 40. Why is 40 in the lead? Okay, now we're tied. We're good. Oh, jeez. No. I knew as soon as I drew attention to it, I was over. No. Oh, jeez. 13. Can we have an OAP option? Oh, jeez. Okay, so I am going to be 29 in a few months. Yes. But historically, I have always looked younger. I still have people that ask me when I'm like, how's my freshman or whatever. So I do have good genetics in that. Poll says you're 40, so you're 40. Yeah. Okay. Screw you. Okay. Let's get into this. So we're looking at Sombra, and we're gonna take a look at this form really fast here. Okay. Now, all right, let's see here. What do you hope you get out of the session? Improvement to my gameplay. You're on console. Sleep looks good. Top 30. Ooh, so let's update our thing here. So this is a top 500 console Sombra. So the rank actually in the bottom left is already accurate. Nice. So we just have to update the thing here. Sombra Soldier Bat Mercy. What a weird hero pool, but sure. Okay. What do you hope you got out of the session? What are long-term, short-term goals? Short-term hit top 10, long-term consistently hit top 10. Understanding playing into my counters. So I assume here that they make some swaps, because I don't think that what they're playing is too much of a problem. Yeah, there's a little bit of Brig, there's Diva, there's Tracer, there's Kiri. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like what's the issue here, but okay, I see that they do swap a couple of counters. You see, Sombra counters are kind of weird. It's like there's two ways of countering Sombra. There's two ways of countering Sombra. There is making what she wants to do difficult on execution, or making things difficult in terms of the setup. So what I mean by that is like if Sombra wants to go on a flank and go for backline, so you can either make the setup to the backline hard, or you can make it hard that when she decloaks, she gets poked out immediately. So yeah. Right now, besides the Tracer will make the setup hard, the Cassidy will be the threat when you do come out of stuff. And what Sombra is that she's an opportunist. So you need to always be looking at the enemy composition and deciding like what's the highest return on investment for you. For me, I see Tracer and I'm like, blech. Unless there's somebody else helping me with a Tracer, there's just not a very good favorable 1v1. However, if I could get pressure or set up deep on the Cassidy BAP, at the same time as like my Diva, Widowmaker, or whatever, I could be like a super nasty nuisance and make it really hard for them to deal with me. So let's see what happens here. Hack Mega is probably always like a good move. We need to get set up though. Pinging is fine, but we need to move on. You don't get spy checked. And now's a good time to go. So I don't like the lack of hack here, because I think it's just too easy for him to do exactly what he just did right there. And then the nice thing about hack is it's always like the utility of knowing where the BAP is and then also knowing it for your own sake. So I would have preferred to hack and to shoot there, especially because the delay on the decloaking is canceled sort of by hacking as well. Like there's going to be a delay anyway, so it's not like it's that much faster to go for the shot. So that hack would have been nice. And then, okay, this is the problem a lot of Sombras mess up. Okay, chat, ladies, gentlemen, what's the problem here? There's two things wrong with this. One happens now, besides the hack, and then the next one happens here. What's the problem? Anybody can answer this. So the hack shoot, we're moving past the hack shoot. Yes, because I agree, but we're moving past that. So let's go back. First off, if you're gonna go for this, I don't want you to do it quite out in the open. So I think the cover initially here could have been done better. I mean, I know that's like, oh, well, I'm worried about his cover, but you don't really lose anything by being here at all. It's the same thing. And if he dips to the other side, you're already there. You see that? So initial decloak location is kind of dookie. Okay. And then the next thing is here is like, you just decloaked. I'm trying to think of a way to put this. One of the biggest mistakes that Sombra players make is they play in a way, and this is like, it's less of like a hard, like specific thing and more of like a general rule. They play in a way to where their uptime is garbage. Your entire mindset should be, how can I increase my value uptime in the current position that I'm in? Because right now you have a pretty nice off angle. It's really awkward for the Rein. The BAP is kind of struggling. The Tracer is still in your spawn looking for your locator, I assume. So you're fine. But the problem here is then you walk forward into the Batiste at point blank range, again, without the hack, so you have no idea where he is. It's not like you even have the drop on him here. And then start to reload. And so we already know what's going to happen here, most likely. Assuming that BAP isn't, 4 IQ, you're going to get your locator forced immediately. So what have you accomplished here? You forced a BAP shift, you distracted Batiste for about 3 seconds, and that's it. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Either through better target priority, better decloak positioning, better cover, better range, whatever. There's a multitude of things that you can be doing to improve, but you cannot get your locator forced immediately. Almost ever. And there it is.
Just in case.
Right? Massive issue. So what should we have done instead? Let's break it down step by step. Now I'm going to do the first step, and then I want you guys in chat after the first breakdown to kind of give me your opinions. First thing, hack, then shoot from here. Then when he drops, let's just say he lives. You continue to shoot from this cover here. You continue to shoot. You continue to shoot. You reload behind cover so you don't get shot. And then you continue to literally, you just stay here. Maybe you migrate to here, maybe you peek here, and you just keep mowing them down. Mow, more distraction, more distraction, more pressure, more distraction, more pressure, more distraction, more pressure. Cassie has to go back. Lucy has to go help the Batiste. Maybe you force lamp. And then at the last possible second, you get your translocator forced. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, genuine. Holy crap, dude. Thank you for the gifted subs. Congratulations, mate. Jeez, tier 3 subs too? Hey, Bame. Good to see you, mate. How are you? Nice setup. Yeah, actually, it's my bedroom. Family's visiting, so I'm trying to stay out of the way. So much to get the subs, man. I appreciate it. That's super, super generous. Congratulations to the tier 3 subs. Yeah. You guys get coaching discounts if you're interested. Subtle plug here. Doing good. Love your stuff on Twitter and SVB things. Cheers, Bam. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're just reviewing some top 500 Sombra. So basically, long story short, better cover usage, opening with hack, playing to your range a little bit more, and just have your whole mindset of just, I'm going to be a nuisance for longer by setting up and my engages better. Yeah, stream has been awesome so far. So yeah. Anyway, long story short, good to know. I probably wouldn't even bother re-hacking Mega there. I mean, I guess it doesn't slow you down that much, but yeah. Okay, now, you guys I've already set the stage for what you ought to be and trying to be doing here. So now, you in chat, whether it's Natalie or anybody else, what should be happening right now? First off, timing is good, the target is good, the initial general positioning is good, so how do we make this engage better? In terms of either kill threat pressure or uptime. Either one is fine. So what do you guys think? Maybe ping them, sure. High ground, yeah. So you can hack Mega and roll out here, sure. Yeah, that would work. You could even roll out here and just jump up to here, yeah. Because what's the benefit of the high ground, right? It's the ability to get the hack and damage and then have more consistent cover, right? So that you can continue to shoot and harass without really losing your ability to kill. You can also choose different targets from here, right? I was also thinking maybe you could go for like the hack kill here. This would be another option, or the hack kill here with more cover from here. Another option as well. Could also use, look, use the low ground. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of options here. I honestly don't know which one's better. I don't want to spend the time to think about it right now because we don't need to spend the time to find out what's perfect. We need to find out what's level 1 better from what we're doing right now. And that's clearly this. And even as you're hacking, if you have to hack here, hack and then already start migrating towards where you want to be. Nice. That being said, good timing, good target, right? Again, good target priority. Good. Nice. A little bit of the bag. Now you can restart rehacking stuff or be farming ult charge. I think that hack mini is actually pretty good if you can get it, but either that or ult charge. Timing here is good as well. So what should we be doing right now, chat? Again, I mean, we're going to be a one-trick pony this review because it's already proving itself to be a problem. No, I didn't get the codes, Nodlin. I'm going to be going over Tatman's POV. Anyway, long story short. Your uptime here is very tenuous, right? He's going to shoot you. He's going to then pop shift, and then you're going to get your cleared out. Cover, guys. Right? I mean, look at how little you did there, right? If you had simply hacked and then moved towards cover and then kept shooting, you might not... Okay. Let's not just talk about it from uptime perspective. It's a lot bigger than that. Because you can hack, shoot, play cover from here, and then you could just corner dodge, and then you could freaking shoot these guys, and then hack the mini, and then rotate out, and then keep shooting. Like you could, like let's say that this team rotated in through here instead. You could have even gone, shot the BAP, shot the BAP, re-stealthed, grabbed the mini, hacked up and set up on the BAP again, while not even ever having to go all the way back. You see that? You might restart another cycle without even having to go back and translocate at all. Right? Because the problem now is, like, obviously, by the way, good hack from the angle that you were at. But, like, you're a lot more limited with what you can do because your uptime was so bad. Now you have to make the really difficult decision about, do I take the time to set up on the BAP again, or do I go for the suboptimal tank pressure, right? Now, a lot of you guys are like, well, Sombra's really good versus tanks. Yes and no. It depends on the tank, and it's often not always optimal, even if the tank is good, right? So, like, here, this is, like, fine pressure. You need to keep a little bit of distance. You need to keep a little bit of distance. But, like, ultimately, like, I don't even want to, like, overanalyze what's happening here too much. Georgia Man, thanks for the gifted sub. Appreciate it, mate. Hope you've been doing well. But, like, this isn't good. This is not good. And then even here, right? This is tracking is really quite good, but oh my days, it's just, was there really that much of a benefit? You know, I guess this one's a little bit of exception, but even now, I'm wondering if just shooting and decloaking from here would have been better. Like, you guys have to understand, this is one of my, what I call the mobility curse. No, actually, this is not what I call the mobility curse. This is the second mobility curse. The first mobility curse is going in whenever you want to. The second mobility curse is shooting wherever you want to. Everybody knows, oh, freaking Zenyatta playing your cover. Duh. Guys, fragile is like a grandmother's hip. But, like, you are playing Sombra, and even if you don't die because you're not playing your cover, you being forced out is the equivalent of a half death. And it needs to be taken with almost as much gravitas. Z-Max, thanks for the sub, mate. Caught a stream, let's go. Yeah, welcome. Even just shooting from right behind, that would be better, no? Right. So, a lot of your uptime is really being gimped. I like so far the way that you're approaching the hero, but it's like you're doing the right things, but doing them not so well in terms of execution. And it's mostly coming down to cover. Alpha dominance, well done. But I think like it's not just the cover though. Like, you guys are also thinking about, like, could I also, like, engage from here or hack first? Like, your whole mindset needs to be that, like, I am not just an assassin. It is my threat of assassination, and then just milking that for all it's worth. Why threat assassination for 2 seconds when you could threat assassination for 5 or 6 or 10, right? Shut up, Prime. You know, sometimes when you're playing versus, like, I would say Widowmaker Zens, it's a lot harder because there's more of a threat of a one-shot, right? Cover is still important. But even versus those compositions, if you're better with, like, your engagement, like location and cover usage, you can, this still applies. It still applies. What is that abomination? What is that emote? That's hideous. Like, I swear, I mean, like, smell like a Batista or Tracer shooting you. Yep, and you're gone. So this one is a little trickier, guys. What do you guys think? So this one is where I'm going to start thinking, is what you're doing optimal? And I'm not so certain. What do you guys think, guys? What do you guys think? So obviously, lack of cover. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. But is this even the right play right now? Do this, but slightly from the left. Yep. How about, should we even be doing this at all? Baps and spawn. Why don't we go spawn camp bap? Or going for the rear, right? Coming up through here, maybe from here, hack the Lucio, and then tuck in towards here and play the mini in here. Kind of scary. Ryan could push you. I don't know. I don't know. This isn't bad. Getting a stacker killer would be huge. Fine. I think this is good when you already have EMP. It's unfortunate you get spy check. So whenever you have the little trick, guys, that the Sombra's doing, that you guys could probably learn from. When you already have EMP and you're already set up, you can kind of go down the list and just like hack crucial targets as long as you don't get spy checked, which is obviously kind of mess up here, because it does give your team scouting. So obviously here the problem is that we greed that one too much, which then means that we then lose positioning and not only get spy checked, but we actually lose positioning entirely. We're not ready for the next fight. So I probably would have just hacked the Zarya and then not greeted from there. Because now we're not even set up on the bat. Nah. I don't think a one-man EMP is worth it on a target that's playing out in the open like this that you should be set up on. I don't know. I mean, it's alright. Just don't die for it. And obviously setup is going to be a lot harder the farther this thing goes up, because it's going to be deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper angles into their spawn. So you're going to probably have to back off at some point. What are you doing, man? You're trolling. You're actually trolling. This fight's lost, so you just might as well just farm some ult charge, maybe go for assassination and get out. I don't know what you're doing. So then you'd want to do it from like here, and then just try and burn some ult charge, and then get out again. You're trolling if you think this mini health back means anything. It doesn't. Especially with the beat up. I mean, my thought process is that I don't really care about beat so much. I think beat is important, but like EMP isn't as strong as it used to be. So just forcing a beat with EMP is fine, but like not if you can. I just don't feel like a solo EMP there was really the play. You should try to hit the Lucio usually. Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, right? I get it. You want to go now, but why not here? Even if it's like from the front of the car and then you can tuck around here, because look at it from the Zarya's perspective as well. You hack, she turns around. You could dodge this, right? Yeah, it's a broken record. Welcome to the Spilo reviews, right? Where I have a lot of tips and tricks that I can give you guys, but like, you know, especially when we're working with a player of this caliber and a higher rank, it's just not the most important thing that's going wrong, right? They probably already know half the micro stuff that I would tell them anyway. So what's the point? Oh, by the way, The recall is also too far. No, that's a good point too. So when the fight was here, the recall was here. But now the fight has migrated to here. The recall is too far away, so we'd probably want to have our recall somewhere closer. You need to be very careful, but somewhere a little bit closer. Now, I will say one other thing right now. Chat, what should we do? Why do you have my earbuds in? I keep putting my earbuds in. Why? What is wrong with me? We're not fighting right now. There are 3 things that you can do. Well, 2 things that you can do in most situations when there's downtime at Sombra. And there's a 3rd thing that you could do versus their comp. What are they? Hey guys. Set up, okay. Actually, dang it, chat, there's a lot more than 2 things. You guys are reminding me. Setup number 1, hack mega and minis. There's 2 more actually. Scout, yep. Farm EMP, right. So there's so much you can be doing right now. Setup, scout, farm EMP, hack megas and minis. Okay, brilliant. And there's a 5th thing that you can be doing versus their comp. No. Duel their flankers? No. It's too risky. Too risky. I wouldn't even take a trade right now. Yep. Locator. Now this Sombra's trolling. Their translocator is literally across the map, but yes. So here we go. My first question is, do we do any of those things? And then the second question is, do we do the correct one? Okay, see, this is great because this is why I'm loving this bedroom thing, because I could do this. Ah! See? It's perfect. Yeah, I mean, come on, like that. What was the plan here, right? Look at your team, man. Look at your team. No. This isn't farming EMP even. This is like goofing. Like, so objectively not farming EMP. Not farming EMP was the play, and that's how you're going to do it. That was not the way to do it. Hey, it's fine. So probably set up, probably pinging their backline and their flangers, Ned flangers, or looking for locator, right? Now, it doesn't always mean that you're going to find the locator, but you didn't even try. So, because like this, you're just, you're just not set up. You're just not set up. I would have been very careful about doing this. You see, here's the problem with going, oh, my tracer's there. Don't go to your locator, because now she's going to go, oh, the Sombra's here and she doesn't have a locator. No, what you do is you try and make the tracer away from your locator by maybe going away, or if she destroys your translocator, you're already far enough away to where she can't immediately just kill you. This is, I mean, even with the hacked mega, I would be very cautious about. Honestly, okay, maybe this is a hot take, but I think this should be a hot take. I think finding a flanker, finding somebody with a hacked mini is better than a hacked mega a lot of times. I think. I think you can, but I don't think it's good. I don't think it's optimal. And I think if you were going to fight the tracer with the hack mega, you would still do from here without using your translocator. So that at the very least, you have the juke of the translocator, if that makes any sense. Why am I checking Twitter? What? Well, his head is even big. What happened to his hair? No, I'm not saying it's better to hack the mini. I'm just saying it was just a micro tip where I think fighting on a 1v1 mini is better. I think if you're trying to help your cycles to go faster, a mega's faster because you don't have to sit there and wait for it. But if you were to like 1v1 somebody, anyway, it's kind of irrelevant. The big thing there is that we were not set up. Okay, nice. Set up. No! Okay, here's the deal. I get it. Their composition is not a composition to where like going on backline and assassinating is like super free. Okay, you know, okay. I just realized something. No, our locator hasn't moved this entire game. Now, it doesn't matter as much like right now. I think a locator position could be slightly better, but I don't think it's necessarily a problem outside unless they've scouted it, and they haven't. Give me a second. But I think the thing is when we were playing versus stuff that we could assassinate, like the Batiste, the cover usage was really important, but it didn't necessarily fundamentally change how we played the game. Now, the funny thing is right now, you're not playing into a composition that has an assassinatable backline. Okay? So now you're not playing Sombra backline assassinator. You're kind of playing Sombra 76, like an opportunist. You might try to threaten a hack on a tracer and then from a soft off angle and then shoot the Zarya from cover. Basically, your I wouldn't say bad fundamentals, but your weak fundamentals with Sombra in terms of your cover usage are gonna really rear their ugly head right now. Because look at what you're doing. Imagine if you did what you did right now with any other DPS. Hacking a Zarya with bubble, but then not only that, walking forward directly in front of the enemy team. Not just without cover, but walking directly in front of the enemy team. Right? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. What do you expect is going to happen? Now you guys are like, well, she's not going to die for it. It doesn't matter. Because what's going to happen? Well, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, but what I was expecting to happen is that you were going to get your translocator forced. Okay, and again, we talked about translocator, right? It's a half death, right? You would have been forced out, and you would have been forced out. For what? What a bubble, right? A bubble. And one of your DPS is just completely MIA. Okay? And why? Why? What did you contribute to make that worth it? Right? So instead of flaming, Dragon Force style, let's find out what would have been better. All right, chat. You guys tell me, what are our options? Target, positioning, priority? What do you guys think? Here's the answer. It depends. And this is the nuance of Sombra. And the thing with Sombra is that sometimes gets so confusing because you don't know what to do, but you don't necessarily need to do the perfect play. You just need to do better than what you just did there. There's a couple of options. You can go in the back and harass Brig. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. A good Brig can cancel hack with shield, which does make it harassing, annoying. Whip shot as well. You can bash after you, but it's still value. The problem with that is that there's a long downtime because you're likely to get your translocator forced because you don't have pocket and you don't have heal, nor will you build EMP very fast. Okay? It's an option. It's better than what we did. The other option is to play more Sombra 76 style, where we would play here, maybe with a hacked mini, or even on this angle here, with heal support, with cover, and just shoot. Look at their comp, guys. That's usually not always an option with Sombra because you're playing into Cassidy's and Zenyatta's and Hanzo's that'll blow your head off. So you have to set up for the backline. But what's going to blow their head off in their backline, right? A Kiriko headshot? That's about the only thing you got to worry about, right? And even then, you can still react to it, right? So just shoot, build EMP. If they go aggressively on you, their Sombra, their Tracer, you play in your cover and you hack them. You shoot them. So you farm EMP. It's a lower risk, lower reward playstyle, but it's perfectly viable given the comp that they're playing. You could also, a lot of you guys were saying, like, could we wrap around to their high ground and like look to harass their Sombra? Could we look to set up on their Tracer? Fine. I am of the opinion that right now, I would like to Sombra 76 from cover. I would not sit inside my own backline. I would take a soft off angle and I would Sombra 76. Either with a hacked mini or with Brig Lucio pocket from here. And I would just shoot because my damage is significant compared to the enemy team's damage output, right? Again, look at their comp. So a lot of you guys are like, this is a tough composition to play Sombra into. Yes, but open your third eye. You guys, when you think Sombra, you think assassinate backline, and that is where Sombra is strongest. But the fact that you have played them to where they have had to swap off of heroes that you could assassinate is a W in of itself. And Sombra is nuanced enough to where that's not the only thing you have to do. Once you force them off of that playstyle, you then can just Sombra 76. So when you guys are like, oh, I don't like playing Sombra into this, well, you don't like playing backline assassination Sombra into this, but that's not the only thing Sombra can do. And if you guys have paid a lot of attention to Overwatch League recently, a lot of Sombra matchups have been like this, where it has not been a backline assassination. It's been more Sombra's hacking DPS and playing Sombra 76 style and so on. So you would trade assassination threat for uptime and just raw damage. See, here's the problem, guys. If we had gone to the very start of this VOD and played like this here, what would that have looked like? So that would have looked like we go here, maybe we hack the Mega, whatever, and we'd have taken an angle like here and shot the enemy team, okay? Right? This looks like a reasonable angle, right? What's the problem? Why can't we do this right now? Why would this be an actual, almost soft throw versus what we're playing versus right now? Love you. Drive safe. Ryan would shield you off. Even worse than that. Cass, right? One shot, and then one shot, even if it's a body shot, and you might die. Because you're one headshot away from dying. Same thing, by the way, goes for the BAP as well. BAP is more fragile, but he also has a pretty good gun versus you. He outranges you, right? So we have to kind of do the assassination stuff that we did before. And then as their composition adapts, they lose the BAP, they lose the Cass, they also lose range. And when they lose range, they give you that range in return. And that's when the Sombra 76 playstyle is a lot more reasonable. Does that all make sense, guys? This is some pretty high-level stuff, but this is really important to understand. And this doesn't just apply to Sombra. This also applies to Tracer. This applies to any hero, even Soldier, even Cassidy. If I'm playing Cassidy versus this composition, why on earth would I hard flank? Just sit a soft off angle and shoot them. But if I was playing Cassidy into a double sniper matchup, I would need to consider hard flanking more because I can't sit out and poke them from a distance. No, TimtheTatman is at 4:30. We got about 50 more minutes. Well, consider the strength of the hero that you're playing. You have backline assassination and you have medium range. No, you're good. You're good, mate. Okay, let's keep going. So a lot of the micro things we're doing okay. I think there's definitely been some room for growth with the micro as well. But that's been the big thing here, because you're right. You really can't play backline assassin here. Even this is just not good return on investment, right? You see how like problematic this is? Now I will say, here's the funny thing. This tracer should have cleared you out. I'm not gonna lie. If this tracer is smart, as soon as she gets packed, she blinks in, she forces your locator instantly. So that's a big mistake on her part. But if you were to go for backline here, you would do it like this. Just be a general a nuisance, right? You see this? Just be a nuisance. Distract the break. Distract. Here we go. I wouldn't. You got too close. You got too close. You can't take it too close to a brick. You can't do this. Right? Look at the uptime there. Just terrible. Right? Just terrible. And obviously we're winning fights, but like let's not be results oriented here. You know? Let's look at this thing objectively. You need to set up your locator. Set up. Farm EMP. Scout. Search their Sombra locator. Yeah, and see, now you're cooked. They've scouted you out. You're done. I think that kind of ties more into the unpredictability of your TP. But I think the big thing there was like your lack of impact leading up to that point. Yes, I think it applies to Tracer as well. Tracer is definitely more of a flanker because you have such a... okay, it applies to an extent with Tracer. But keep in mind, Tracer has very, very, very short range. So there aren't many heroes that you want to be kind of taking a soft angle on. If the enemy team were playing like a Reaper Tracer and you were on Tracer, I might try and keep my distance a little bit. And just kind of like, for like example, if it was like a Reaper Tracer or Kiriko Dive or something like that. But yeah. Should the enemy tracer have been contesting locator at least during downtime? Yeah. I mean, a good tracer should always make a Sombra pretty miserable. EMP's fine. Probably would have EMP'd even earlier, but yeah, the EMP's fine. It's difficult during rally. I don't know. I think it's very difficult to decide whether EMPing rally is good enough. I think I might hesitate if you let the rally go on too long because the temporary HP does work. It's also strange that you hack and shoot the diva first. Oh, they also catch it with the Suzu like instantly. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, okay. What is the major difference between Sombra's and Tracer's fall off range? I mean, I think most of you are aware of this, but I think it's worth bringing up every now and then. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now you still lose that to pretty much every ranged DPS in the game. But just something to consider. It's not just about the mag size, it's also the TDK. Like how long did it take? It was like 5 times as long with Tracer. Now, I'm not saying, this is not a commentary on Sombra strength or Sombra balance. I'm just saying if you're not leveraging that versus compositions like this, you know, your loss. Scout, set up. I would be very, very cautious. This is more micro about doing the cheese hack that you're doing now into this composition. They have 3 heroes that can spy check you quite easily. Tracer, Diva, and Brig. Not worth it. I would say here instead, focus on either getting your locator in a good position, focus on finding their locator, or just set up for a fight. So like looking at your composition right now, probably setting up around here with a hacked mini, right? On a good soft off angle, or like, you know, you could set up, I mean, really just probably Sombra 76 from here would be good. I think Sombra 76 from here would be good. That would be my prediction. Thank you, Antarctic. But yeah, this is super, super risky. But you can kind of see, like, you're still kind of stuck on the backline thing, which, again, I'm not going to say is a bad thing to do. It's fine, especially if you were playing like a tracer of your own or like a ball or something. Just understand that it's not something that you necessarily have to do all the time. You lost your locator. You need to replace it. Keep up the uptime. By the way, this cover usage is infinitely better. I wish you were putting this much effort into your BAP. I think you're giving Kiriko respect because it's Kiriko. But like, imagine if you did what you just did right there, but we did it with Baptiste. Did she destroy your locator too? Or did you just straight up not locate? Yeah, you just didn't locate. But my point here is the irony here is that, like, when you shouldn't have been going for that playstyle, you did it anyway, but you actually did it better than you did it with the BAP. Imagine if you were approaching that matchup there, like that 1v1 there, with the same level of respect and discipline you did with on BAP. I think in general, placing it that close to the health pack is probably not optimal, no. It's too easy to predict. It's also relatively simple, and we've also been doing it literally the entire VOD, so it's been pretty predictable to know where we're going to go, but I'm choosing my battles here, if that makes any sense. See, like, again here, like, look at the fight location, hack the diva. Hack the diva and shoot her from right here. Do you guys see this? I mean, it's just unbelievable value. Diva instantly has to boost her away. You build 15-20% ult charge easily, and you just sit here and hold the angle. And what happens if the Diva comes after you? You get healed. And then from there, you could then turn your attention to shooting the Sombra out, shooting the Brig. Instead, we're hacking the Kiriko and just being kind of a nuisance. I mean, it's still fine. We're still getting okay pressure. It's just not optimal versus this composition. And again, I'm just... by the way, be careful with that kind of hack again. That was cheesy. Diva Tracers are going to scout you all the time. But I'm just kind of frustrated that we weren't seeing this level of cover usage on going for backline when it was the BAP. Like, I don't have a lot of complaints. It's fine. I don't think it's the optimal playstyle, but if only we had been doing this with the Baptiste. Oh, you got rolled. Right. That's unfortunate. Almost hacked her out of boosters. Again, too easy to clear out. Could have Sombra 76 more. It's just so much faster to deal with you in the backline. Here comes the EMP. Do we get the assassination? More cover, more cover, more cover. Out. EMP. Yep. Nice. Hey, Epic. Hope you're doing well, mate. How's the writing stuff going? I don't want to leak it if it's not public knowledge or not, but that was one of the things of all time. Goodbye. I guess it's pretty much lost. Sombra 76 right here. Sombra 76. Oh. Shoot, 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 shoot. Do you see it? Good cover usage, good cover usage. Still pressure, still shooting, still shooting, still shooting. I mean, you guys are losing the old economy war. Hack the Diva, hack the Diva, hack the Diva. Hack the Diva. Yes. Lots of damage. That's okay. The frustrating thing is here is, like, obviously they had rally and you guys just didn't do anything. But, like, that was closer to what we'd want you to see versus this composition. But yeah, that's the most thing in a nutshell. Like, when you're going to go for backline assassination, I need better cover usage, better use of your uptime. Playing more for long, extended pressure. And then when you're playing against comps that are super hoop hyper mobile, but that you outrange Genji, Sombra, Tracer, Reaper, Winston, Divas, Wrecking Balls, Briggs, Kirikos, things like that, you can be more Sombra 76 playstyle. And honestly, even if they have things like Widowmakers, if you can avoid the Widowmaker sideline, let's say the Widowmaker is let's say the Widowmaker is literally inaccessible. You can't even get to her. Okay, hack and play Sombra 76 where the Widowmaker can't see you. Nice, dude. Nice, dude. Yeah, sure. Shoot it over. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any questions? Yeah, I got cleansed. Okay, Solar Kid, do you have any questions? Because we talked about a lot of stuff, but those are the main goals for you. More Sombra 76 versus flanker, short range, heavy compositions. focus on cover / uptime even when going for backline assassinations. Think about what to do in downtime. Scout, hack, health packs, farm EMP, look for locator. Be careful about predictability of your locators. So should I burn D.Va armor? Should I try to do this Sombra 6 then peel back? I feel like I never get any value from hacking D.Va. I mean, hacking D.Va is good value in the Sombra 76 playstyle because it's a pretty easy hack and it's a lot of damage that you can do onto the D.Va. Now, if you hack a D.Va, but they're on Cassidy, and the Cassidy takes one shot and forces you out because you should have been trying to assassinate the Cassidy instead, or the Zenyatta or whatever else, then yes. The hacking the D.Va, if we go back to where I'm talking here, the hacking D.Va is strictly because you're playing Sombra 76. Because the hacking D.Va is what's going to allow you to do the most damage on the enemy team. The hack on Lucy was also quite good, by the way. I'm not saying D.Va is more important here. In fact, the Lucy is playing so aggressive that hack on Lucy or Brig is probably better. But like, let's say if we go back, was it 2 fights? What? Maybe more. Where is it, chat? Yeah, I think it was this fight. Yeah, this fight. For example, here, right? Maybe it was after that. I don't know. Regardless, same thing here. Yeah, it was this fight. You know, going for D.Va would have allowed a massive HP trade. Like, you would have been able to do a lot of damage, and because they don't have much range here, they would not have been able to force you out. Would have been a really nice return on investment. Is Sombra 6 just more uptime and damage and not teeping away that fast? Yeah, it's only more uptime if the enemy team doesn't have range. So there's a lot of little details in here that you're going to have to kind of keep in mind. But I think once you figure these things out, it's like, let's put it this way. What I'm guiding you on is the pinnacle of Sombra gameplay. It won't get any better than this. In terms of, if you're able to execute the things that I'm telling you perfectly, then you will have mastered the hero. Doing that is essentially impossible, but that's the goal anyway. There isn't a lot, well, you got to learn this, and then you got to learn this. This is it. This is it. If you're able to figure this out and make these reads from the range, the map, the situation, then you're lip in the flesh. I agree the cover usage is by far your biggest issue because it's affecting your uptime, whether you're doing Sombra 76 or whether you're going for backline. But those 4 things that I gave you can work on those one at a time. Let me know if you have any questions. You can shoot me a message anytime. Cheers, mate. Have I done any tracer reviews I've posted on YouTube recently? A lot. Just not the YouTube that you should be checking. I'm going to give a subtle plug here because this stuff is all free. Before we get to the TimtheTatman thing. If you haven't checked this one out, I highly recommend it. Spilo 2. There are so many VOD reviews for free in here. And I am a sweet, sweet young man because I put them in playlists. Look at this. 86 VOD reviews on DPS. And if you go into my Discord, you can do, let me show you what to do. You can do this. You can look in-channel coaching VOD compendium, and then type tracer. 29 results. And you can just go through here. Masters, platinum, gold, silver, grandmaster, masters, diamond, grandmaster. Now, if you've a lot of these hammer on some of the similar concepts, but a lot of them do have unique things to talk about as well. And not only that, I'm going to pat myself on the back one more time. Something that I've been trying to do to help people to know whether they should rewatch something is I try to give a little tidbit about what the theme of the VOD review is. So for example, if you've seen a lot of my D.Va VOD reviews, you might go, oh, this VOD review, training approaches, target priority, probably something that I'm already familiar with, even though it's a top 500 VOD review. But then you might be a diva player and go, whoa, micro plays. I haven't heard Spilo talk about micro. It's only been like angles and map control. So I'm going to check this one out. Team play dynamics and uptime. This was another unique Tracer VOD review. Dive Reinhardt. It was a unique VOD review, right? Master Sombra, if you want to talk more about translocator positioning here, this Sombra coaching session had a lot more discussion on translocator placement than the one that we just did. So I'm trying to make it as user-friendly as possible, and that's all on the Spilo 2 channel. So you can go through and get all the free stuff that you want. Because, like, I get it. Not everyone can afford coaching. I get it. I think one of my biggest qualms about raising prices for coaching so that I can do this for a living is that I'm concerned that people that need help aren't going to be able to afford it. So I'm trying to, as I'm growing, I'm trying to provide more and more quality resources that I would have liked to have had when I was ranking up. And it doesn't take, it also doesn't take that much time. I would say it only takes a few hours a week extra work between the uploading and the editing and stuff like that. It doesn't take too long. It's only like 3 or 4 more hours a week, which is, it's really not that bad. Oh, thanks, THK. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Tom. Thanks for the sub, mate. Well, the coaching price is low or high depending on your viewpoint. It's low for very, very, very high tier coaches. There are other coaches that have been doing it as long as I have that charge a little bit more, but it's still a lot of money for different people. It's cheap for tutoring / coaching in general, but it's expensive for Overwatch, if that makes sense. If you were to go to like a more competitive friendly game, the coaching for my level of coaching would be a lot more expensive, but I can't just say, oh, I'm worth more than that, I'm going to charge more. You have to be honest with the I wouldn't say the environment, but like with the the economy that you're in. I don't know the exact term, but yeah. Anyway, all right, chat. Let's do some TimtheTatman. Too epic. Nice, dude. I like the drawing. All right, let's do this. So. Disaster, but I'm not coaching TimtheTatman in voice. Shocking, really, right? And I also just barely missed out on the replay codes as well. Yo, Solar Kid, thanks for the sub, mate. Hope you found the VOD review informative. Hey, Kat. Is this the J3 video with Tim and T500? Yes. So here's okay. I might need some help here because I don't know the full context. I think I know the full context, but I'm not 100% certain. To my understanding, J3 does these "Do you belong?" and fill in the blank rank throws in there. I think Jane was doing some of this. It's been an idea that's tossed around for content creators for ages. It's been recycled over and over and over again, but it's a fun thing to do. It's not like Guess My SR, so it's very fun to do. So, to my understanding, it was. Does TimtheTatman belong in Grandmaster Top 500 even after not playing the game for a while? And there was like some spectated pugs. Ray in chat was playing in those pugs. Barry, who was another one of my students who I worked with recently, a top 500 tank player. Actually, if you guys, he's on Spilo too. Let's see. Oh, you'll have to go find him. He was in these pugs as well. So a lot of top 500 Grandmaster players were playing in these pugs, and basically Tim played a few games, and we're going to see how does he perform and so on. So I have not seen this at all. I don't know exactly what happened. I was scrolling through his stream, so I found a King's Row where he played Reinhardt. I think that's probably one we'll start with. We might check out some of the other ones as well. I think he only played like a couple of maps, and then it looks like he played ranked afterwards, but I'm not as interested in the ranked as much. I'm just gonna kind of see the more pug style thing. Yeah, and we're gonna see what he could have done better. But yeah, as always, we'll focus on fundamentals, but I think we can have some fun with this one as well. This will be fun. By the way, chat, I am planning on doing Ask Spilo after this as well, so I don't imagine this will take too long. We'll see what we could do.
All right, let's fucking go.
Alright, okay, what's the plan, bro?
No, Tim is not coming here.
Hopefully this person's playing Ryan, and I'm gonna Alpha him.
No, he'll play.
I am of the
If he doesn't play
Humegal
Ryan,
tier
it's not
in terms of
organic,
popularity here.
No, Barry plays on. All right, let's go around the room. If you were to eat a crayon, what colored crayon would it be?
What?
If you were to eat a crayon, what colored crayon would it be?
Blue?
Blue? I don't know about that, but okay.
Yeah, Tim's coming over right now. He'll be over here in just a second, guys.
I'm more of like
We're gonna arm
mystery
wrestle.
flavor white guy, or maybe just throwing a random color black. You know? Like,
Did
what
you
the
say
fuck
he's a
black
white
is?
guy?
Or maybe just throwing a.
What would you eat?
I'm more of like mystery flavor white guy, or
Oh,
maybe
never
just
mind.
throwing a random color black. You know, like what the fuck's white gonna taste like?
I guess some mystery colors.
The Yiska interview was so much fun, y'all. I had such a good time with Yiska.
Alright, let's go,
Like,
team.
blue,
You call the shots, man. I'm just gonna speed you everywhere.
Yeah,
What comp are we playing here? I need to look at our comp here.
You call the shots, man.
Ah! He presses tab. I didn't see.
Alright, let's go,
like,
team.
blue,
I guess some mystery colors. A fair point.
Lucio, I assumed like a Bat, Ana, Hanzo. What's the other DPS? We'll see it. We'll see it, I'm sure.
You call the shots, man. I'm just gonna speed you everywhere.
I didn't know what it was. Bap, Cassidy, I see. Bastion, Ryan.
Bastion. Oh, be
Bastion,
careful.
that's fucking cringe.
Cover usage is good. This guy's trolling.
Right spot.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So this is more micro habits that Tim is probably out of practice with. Now we have to be honest. I don't remember. Does anyone even know what TimtheTatman wasn't he more of a? He was more of a tank specialist to my knowledge. Regardless, new Bastion, you can't do this. You have to understand that when they have Bastion turret form, you have to play fundamentally different. What we're doing in terms of micro play here, going for the pin, is not even necessarily a bad play, but it's almost always a bad play when they have turret form and you don't have an ultimate to follow up off of this. So yeah, this is questionable.
Right spot. Right's absolute.
He can't drop shield, bro. You got to go to cover.
Trade Ryan.
He's trolling. So start from cover, bait the turret form, trade May wall for their May wall for turret form, then survive.
I need you.
By himself.
Everyone is.
Also, Ray, you're trolling.
Coming for spawn right now, yeah.
Every time Ray dies, I'm just gonna flip and lose my crap. Even though I coached you after this session, because if I coached you before, obviously you would have played perfectly. He's trolling. GG's.
Was that fucking Bastion just teabagging me, chat? You see that fucking shit?
I coach you! If
Okay,
I played
buddy.
perfectly, shame on you!
This is Bastion. Rex? I don't remember that name.
I did go. You know what? I coached the enemy Reinhardt, so we're good. I don't care about the result anymore. Look at Barry. Look at Barry popping off. I knew it. That's my boy. That's my boy.
This is an easy mid-fight.
Sure, Ray. I'm sure. Surely.
Luke might be high ground. Be careful.
Yeah, he sure is. Yep.
The wall up, Ryan.
Not purple though. More purple.
I'm coming.
Nice fire strike.
Yeah, it's fine.
A little slow. I will say that's one of the few exceptions where you could go for the pin, even though they have Bastion turret. If you get the wall on the Bastion, you could actually pin the Bastion. It's fine. He was just a little bit slow. Now, my Spilo minions in chat. I love being condescending to my viewers. Okay. What was the mistake that Tim made here?
Yep.
The wall up, Ryan.
I'm talking big brain stuff. What was the mistake?
More purple.
What was the macro mistake?
Play it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Still top right.
No shift.
Committed before baiting turret. Well, remember they got the wall on the Bastion, so I think it was okay. Here's the mistake.
Luke might be high ground. Be careful.
Did you hear that call? Luke might be high ground. I don't know who the heck Luke is, but Luke is definitely high ground, and not just Luke, whoever Luke may be, but also the Batiste. High ground, right?
More purple.
Play it.
So guess how we lose this fight?
Yeah, it's fine.
Still top right.
Luke on high ground. Remember, if you're playing Reinhardt and you see a relevant high ground, I don't freaking care if it's King's Row. Clear it out. If you roll out top there, my boy Lukewarm drops, and then you go take the Bastion on point. Or you kill them on high ground. Top right. Got ignored. Yep. Running it down mid. Losing on the flank. Could have been there. As soon as you hear Luke top right here.
Luke might be high ground, be careful.
Yes, you have to do your homework, but you get rewarded for it. You win the fight.
Yeah.
Remember, Reinhardt fundamentals. You are able to clear space so much better if you are paying attention to what's going on around you and not just running it down mid. Clear the top, then drop. 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 Right? Crucial. Now we are kiting the Bastion form, which is good. Fire strike is fine. But look. This entire fight, Tim's contribution was 0. And you can blame that he missed that he was a little slow in the pen. It doesn't matter. There's nothing that he could have done at this point in time. Prevention's worth a pound of cure. You can't win the fight on main when there's 75 people on the flank. You have to clear that out first. They could have literally killed the Bastion and the Rhine and still lost the fight. May wall to top, maybe? Yeah. Now but I'm coaching this. Even if Tim doesn't get that level of coordination from his team, he could still walk to top right by himself within his team's LOS.
They windowed him, right?
It has to be league. I imagine it's league. I mean, the thing, it definitely applies in Overwatch though. Running it down mid. Mid is like middle. And obviously mid is what the term is used in League, but it's very, very accurate for Overwatch as well.
I see now. We should be able to recontest with the Rhine. Should have down here soon.
Now the Hanzo should slap your mother on third point, theoretically. Because the Bastion should be... Oh, nice fire strike, pal. Chill.
I'm touching.
Ah, there's nothing he can do about that. Oh! What? No way.
Wait, help.
Yeah, that was kind of a trolling. I mean, it was a almost worked out, but there was like 0 chance that works. So you're down 2 immediately. Like, it's over. Wait, who died to the Bastion ult? Was it Ray? It was Ray. What? Ray? What is this? Bap was supposed to lamp? You're playing Ana. What? No, wait. What?
I'm gonna contest this. I'm touching.
I don't know. This guy needs lamp versus a BAP with Bastional with like 12 trillion corners. Look at where you died. Look. You could have done the Macarena and still dodged all those shots.
I'm gonna contest this.
No excuses.
I'm touching.
In fact, a real Overwatch League on a player would have caught the Bastional and thrown it right back. Okay, well, that's unfortunate.
Apparently, dude. What the fuck?
Bastion too strong.
But surely we hold on third because, I mean, the BAP swap is definitely weird, but I guess the high ground, so okay. We have Hanzo versus Bastion. Surely we win.
Bastion top. Bastion one.
No. No, Tim. You're frozen. He's trying to like block up the healing, but he should just swing on the cast, honestly, I think. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's good enough. Nice. Not so nice.
I'm here.
This is also like you could see another like Overwatch 1 remnant here where like the Rhine misses the pin, but actually actually, really, you shouldn't counterpin Ryan automatically. Do you kind of see what I'm saying, yo? When Ryan misses his pin here, and he's over here in like La La Land and Lollipop Island over here, what should we be doing now? What do you guys see? What we should do now? Do we need to counterpin Ryan? Does counterpin Ryan even that good anymore with the amount of HP and armor and how they nerf the charge damage, right? Right, you should just pin the Bastion. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. Right. Don't counterpin the like he messes it up, obviously, but also it's just like who cares? Like no. Stop chasing the Ryan. Stop chasing the Ryan. I mean, it doesn't really end up matter because they end up kiting it anyway. But it's like a lot of Tim's mistakes are like he's not even playing like mechanically bad or like trolling on Reinhardt. I just think a lot of the things that he hasn't adjusted to in terms of like being able to clear high ground, over pursuit on focusing tank, not playing around Bastion turret form. Those are not unique to Overwatch 1 entirely, or Overwatch 2 entirely. Except for the Bastion one, obviously. But they're definitely a lot more important.
We can do window fight strike in corner. Already?
Oh, we missed the fire strike. That's unfortunate. Now, here's the funny thing here. I don't think Tim knows what they're talking about, by the way, with the fire strike. So they window and baptize the fire strike. Ah! No. They called it though. They said window fire strike, and that's exactly what happened. Oh no. Tim used to be an Overwatch streamer, no? Back before I even was a serious player.
Oh yeah.
And then again the turret form. No.
This one nice. I guess
I want to take that fucking. I want to take that Bastion. Just fuck. You know what I'm saying, Jay?
This guy. Welcome to Overwatch 2.
We got Dragon's Free contest, that's really it.
Are you just supposed to throw it off of cooldown? I mean, I think it's probably fine to throw it off of cooldown for the most part. With some exceptions. The key one being that we had a BAP window called. I don't think you understood the call though.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, I have to because.
Yeah, I know.
We're good.
You do, okay. Do you see? Okay, you know what? Maybe it's because he has shatter.
Yeah, no, I have to because.
But you can see the Overwatch 1 mentality here. Watch this. We're gonna watch this one in 4K at 0.25 speed. Ah! Keep going. You missed the Rhine, but you shouldn't even be going for the Rhine in the first place unless your goal is to block shatter. And even if your goal is to block shatter, you're done. You're cooked. You've already gone past the Rhine. He's going to shatter your backline anyway. The best thing that you could do now is actually go kill the Baptiste. So again, it's like there's a lot of tank focus in his brain. But whereas BAP should be the one getting pinned there. You could see it right there. Why are they on Soda and not Hanzo?
Soldier left that box.
Nano's coming in for you.
Oh, just brave. Careful.
Tell me when Ren is there. I'll sleep.
He needs to be careful about holding close corner with his team in the back high.
No shot.
Give him that corner. I don't want to play that corner.
Ah! Nice! That was good. That was a good recognition right there, right? That was really good recognition. Did you guys hear what he said right there? That was good. His teammate was back here. He goes, oh, I don't want to hold here when I rotate back, right? Right? You can see it. He's still got the instincts for it. As stupid as a basic call that feels like, I cannot tell you how many Diamond, even Masters Reinhardts would have muffed that up. Now we just need to survive. Don't take damage. They're not really pushing with the Bastion ult, so it works out okay. But yeah, again, you can see with the Nano Ryan, we would optimally want to wait for them to come closer and then Nano Ryan like into the Bastion, but we obviously mess it up. because we're cooked now. Like, you can't even push with an Eno, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was not a very well-timed nano, not very well executed either, and I think that's going to be it right there.
Good.
Okay, so what I'm seeing so far, too much tank focus, not playing around Bastion for the most part, but then also not being able to clear high ground space. Things that are pretty good. Cover usages, corner usage has been reasonable. I don't think the mechanics have been too bad. Like, the Reinhardt fundamentals have definitely stuck around to an extent, right? The guy, you can definitely tell he doesn't feel uncomfortable playing the hero. What do you guys think? Ray's fault? Definitely. Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that went without saying, though.
Seconds.
Alright, let's keep going.
Like, I can't fucking hear, bro.
Point top right.
You should one.
Nice.
Okay, I'm ready when you are.
I can't fucking pin it. They're just giving.
Run right.
Okay. Now.
Okay.
Overwatch 2 brain. Why do you wear pants inside, Corpu? Why do you wear pants inside? That's right, because nobody wants to see that. That's why he wears the hat. That's your shaved head joke of the day. Sorry, guys. Anyway,
I'm ready when you
this is the Overwatch 2 brain. Okay, Sojourn's here. Reinhardt Core's here. Tim needs to rotate to force this Sojourn back. And so therefore him rotating back to here is the wrong move because it leaves the Sojourn here to where he has to, if anything, pin at her. So then the proper rotation would be push to here, force Sojourn back a little bit with hammer and fire strikes, and then he could just play this corner here. He already knows his team is rotating around to the right anyway, so it's going to work. Right? So right here is the mistake. You see it? The Sojourn's allowed to stay, and you could hear Tim say, listen what Tim said.
I can't fucking pin it. They're just giving.
He wants to go in, but the Sojourn is the thing he should be worried about here. And then again here, the pin when we don't know the status of Bastion turret form. Goodbye.
Oh, wait, you. Okay, you got melted. Come on, kill him better. Kill him better. Never mind.
Okay, can we just pause for a second? Can we just pause for a second? TimtheTatman could hit top 500 if he wants to. If he played the game. He doesn't play the game, so he'll not hit top 500. With the amount of time that he has put into the game, I could see him hit top 500. He's playing okay for somebody who hasn't touched the game in ages. Like, I get it, funny streamer boosted, but come on, y'all. Like, I mean, I don't know what it was like in the past, so I know I'm missing context before, but I mean, who cares? We're just coaching this just for fun, guys. I'm not sitting here seriously thinking about whether TimtheTatman deserves top 500. Obviously not. This is just for fun.
That worked.
I still like the strategy. I think it's gonna be effective.
Yeah.
I think it might work. There's one point.
By yourself. Soldier one.
Okay,
Let's go.
I think we can do it. We can try one more time now, Twitch. Round one.
Now he's out. Bastion for turret. Go right.
And that's huge.
Scout for the Sojourn. Sojourn's on main.
One.
We're good to go. No pin. No.
Accidentally shift the wall.
No. Now this one is just unlucky, right? Entire enemy team is here. He messes up his pin.
Accidentally
GG's.
shift the wall.
Wait. Again, I'm pushing out.
Because the Sojourn, I think, came through the flank on the left, but there ain't nothing you can do about this. The first mistake was playing Lifeweaver. Ray, the fact that you didn't rage quit the lobby immediately as soon as your support picked Lifeweaver, come on, mate. If your support, listen guys, if your support picks Lifeweaver, throw the game. That is the responsible thing to do. This is a joke. I am joking. Hi guys. I say things on stream that are sometimes jokes. Please do not take everything I say literally. Thank you.
Oh.
He's just countercharging me. I'm fucking swapping. Screw.
No. You did him.
Again, turret form again, right? So you can't do this. And also the fact that you're down one is really important as well. What if I already throw it because I'm bad? Ice Cleric, please uninstall. Thanks.
He's just countercharging me. I'm fucking swapping. Scringe.
I will finish fight. Big anti.
Actually, I almost got fucking shatter. I'm gonna stay.
Stay Lucio, we just end them.
Yeah, I go Lucio.
I should go look at a wall here.
Now, I want you guys to just take a quick second and appreciate the fact that TimtheTatman is getting frustrated at something that he doesn't fully understand. And we've already established that Bastion is a cancer hero to play versus. Everybody agrees with that. However, if you understand a couple of things and can make a couple of adjustments, whether how he's clearing space, clearing high ground, playing around the turret form a little bit better, focusing more on the enemy backline, we'll be fine, right? We'll be fine. So I want you guys to, as we're sitting here going, oh, look at this guy, he's getting tilted, he doesn't know how to play, right? Remember, next time you get tilted or cancer or blame this and suck it, and remember, right? Just remember, if you're ignorant of certain things or you're not willing to adjust, everything will feel worse. So everybody's had moments like this, right? Everybody. So just it's a good reminder, you know, because we're sitting back here and pointing fingers, but how many times have we done the exact same thing? You know? Now I agree, Bastion's stupid, but Geneva Convention definitely stuff. I wouldn't even go with the Geneva Convention. I'm thinking like the Nuremberg trials. I want Bastion locked up, man.
Soldier 1? Oh, okay.
He has beam.
Every day, Spilo?
That's not. Bastion dead.
Yo, big.
You know, again, we're up one.
That's not.
Bastion dead. What's the first thing that TimtheTatman should be doing right now? You could pin on backline, right? That'd be the high risk, high reward move. But do you remember the Sojourn, guys? There's a Sojourn right here. Force her out, and the game's won. Remember, the Sojourn's still on the angle, still on the flank. Don't immediately force the Ryan pin trade. Don't immediately necessarily even need to go for his backline. I don't even think you need to rotate team through a hotel. Just clear the Sojourn now. It's over. Because this Sojourn is right here.
No more.
They used a lot. It's good.
Gigantic game.
Hi, yeah. Let's hit a little dosey down. Let's go. Soldier weak.
My man's checking chat. He's got the sidelong glance. You catch me?
Are you still life grip?
Wait.
Hey, you win the fight.
Get that to me.
Super who?
I missed.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
We forgot payload, I think.
I don't even know who you're super whoing.
Bastion might get my head.
Shots. Oh, we did forget payload.
Payload, guys.
Oh, I forgot this fucking thing's in this game, bro. Holy shit.
Hey, objective.
No, stay up. I got points.
Got it? Okay.
Again, who's super?
I'm moving a payload.
We can play here. I'll go for a nade on right side. And then
Yeah, he sure does. He does need to watch out for that Bastion turret for him, yep.
You think they know? No way, right? No one does this anymore?
Nah, no way.
He might.
They know.
They know.
They definitely know.
Nice.
Total one.
Oh, no.
Ray! Stop! Stop dying! Do the national! Stop! Please! You have no excuse! Dodge it! Jump over it! Leapfrog it! Go to spawn! Have your life weaver grip you or something! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o! Uh-oh. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but... Yeah.
Run, Teddy, run. Use me.
Back up.
Yeah, get out.
Flash now.
Yeah! Oh, no.
My fucking shield was torched, my bad.
Nah, it's fine.
We can refight.
Let's run here and goes right. I think he's backing out. Yeah, he's backing out.
Every time he pins, he's like a centimeter away from getting...
Do you want to go aggro? All NT now. Oh, no.
Oh,
Fancy
he's
me,
low.
Burn wall. Burn.
Now we don't have to force anything just yet. That Ryan... Barry got rolled. Look at this, y'all. So check this out. He cancels the pin. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh no! Yeah, he actually pins back in. Tries the counterpin.
I get up.
This is a pug.
3, 2, 1.
Back weak.
Get the sojourn. No!
Don't be scared to beat. Don't be scared to beat.
Oh, no. No. Okay, what's the play, ladies and gentlemen? What's the play? Should this so-called TimtheTatman have done at this point in time? What do you think? I mean, I'm not gonna lie with y'all. Scoob! Got one of two options here. You either pan the Sojourn, or you sit here and shield until the Sojourn leaves. We do neither. We're kind of like, oh, I'm gonna be thinking over here, but screw these idiots, man. They're not important. You need to control the space and the angle. The more like everything. She's trolling. No. And then we're like, oh shoot, it's too late. But now we're turning our back, and now we're done. Yeah. Exactly right.
Move forward again. I'm done.
My journey continues.
7K shatter on the way.
I got shatter.
I can sleep him for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray out here saying, I can sleep him for you. Right.
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 That's good.
Right. And I'm 6'4".
Yeah, I can beat you with shadow. Oh, grenade.
He's one.
Yeah, we can't beat.
Yeah, this is something. Now let me be honest. What does TimtheTatman need to do right now? It's 2 issues in 1. What are the issues? Two issues. Number one, well, the corner, sure.
I can see you, each other.
Survive the bash and turret form, even though we're up one. And number two, what is happening on the off angle?
This guy.
Let me be honest. Hold shield right here until they spam this idiot out. Then we can push. So again, we're ignoring the DPS on the angle because we don't know what to do with it, even if it's just sitting there and holding shield until we can spam her off. And then also not considering the turret form. Now you can, obviously we were very tunneled on the shatter, but the fundamentals are really biting. Also, Ray sucks. You should have, you should have slept the Sojourn, shot and naded the Sojourn, triple backflip on high ground, kicked Reinhardt in the groin, crippled him, then set up the Earth Shatter. But yeah, this is a disaster because like we're consistently losing 4v5s due to the not playing around turret form and losing on angles. It's the same thing every time.
He's one.
Yo, cheers, Otakua, sir. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. I appreciate it.
You guys feel that fucking lag right there? Holy shit, man. What the fuck?
That was funny.
Sweet.
Fireshark actually has been okay. He's not missing too many of them. You even hit a couple on the Lucios and stuff. Is that too much to ask from Ray?
This guy is
Ray has received one coaching session from me, so therefore, perfection. Okay, I'm sorry. Ouchies. Look at this guy. This guy, 10 and 10. The enemy supports 19 and 4, 15 and 6. This guy has less damage than a Lucio. He has fewer assists than his own. Oh my gosh, dude, this guy is.
Has he been playing like the entire time? Holy fucking shit.
I'm glad stats don't matter for your sake. Let's just put it that way. I think it's the nicest way I can put it. Stats don't matter is like what your mother and father tell you. It's okay, buddy. Stats don't matter. It's all right, 007. You know, you're good. You're good. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Stats don't matter. Surely they don't matter. It's okay.
All right, I'm not overcommitting this.
He's learning.
Okay.
He's learning. He's. Ah!
I countered the Ryan. He's knocked.
Not one. They fucked Ajax.
Oh, they Majaxed. Or Ajaxed in the male. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Ray. I'm sorry. What is this? What is wrong with you? Do you know what the giant red circles mean? This means death. Walk away. Death. Walk away. Survive. Game over. I'm blocking the kill feed. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Ray died again. I'm gonna move my camera. Wow, I'm gonna move my camera so you guys won't miss another Ray death. I think I would be doing you a disservice if you didn't. There you go. Okay, to be fair, you guys are like, oh, he said he wasn't gonna go in and then he overextends. They told him to overextend. I don't know if you guys heard that. Listen.
You could actually.
You could actually go. So it's whatever. And I think as long as he has pin, he's fine to do whatever he wants.
I countered the Ryan. He's knocked.
Not one. They fucked Ajax.
Jump everyone.
Wait, the Ajax. They no beat.
No Bastion ult?
Sojourn top right.
Or Bastion form? Hey, Varashi. No, we don't. No, don't worry, Jolly Rad. We don't flame students. Just Ray. Ray's not even a student. Ray is just some insect that we found.
a terrible wall. Don't play for it.
Yeah, I think we can
Back up, back up, back up. Oh, this guy is just... This guy would die to his sneeze.
Yeah, I'm dead here. I'm looking for it.
I got knocked. That's a good pin.
Oh, thanks for the sub, mate. What's up?
We might be able to capture actually.
Ray's just misunderstood.
Yep.
I mean...
Children's on play. You're behind us, just run.
I knew as soon as I'm like, wait a second.
Children's on play.
Did he come from the top ropes? He came from the top ropes, didn't he?
You're behind us, just run.
That being said,
I got two.
And we.
One half.
look at that.
I can
One,
die.
one.
get the bag. Get the bag, boy!
She's weak.
No, don't die to Sojourner, please.
I mean,
I'm going to get support.
You're limit testing, yes.
Let me heal this. I can get beat.
Nah. You guys gotta remember, I don't roast in sessions too often.
He has shatter, yeah?
He's not getting you know.
No, he just used it on your backline, Timothy. Timothy, you know, he and I are tight like that. I call him Big Tim sometimes.
Sword on top.
Sometimes Slim Tim.
Children half.
Now, this is the juice, okay?
Sword on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Reinhardt does not have Earth Shatter. What do we do? Do you think coaching is useful if you're still new to the game, played about 3 months, borderline diamond? It could be useful, but I mean, I would. It's not going to be as useful as once you've kind of settled yourself into the game and played a lot of the game. Where do we go? Come on, guys. We're not plat chat anymore. You're one of mine. If you're not at least diamond 1, especially in this boosted SR of Overwatch 2, then you're throwing the lobby. I beat a roll Spilo and a Torb 1v1. I can't show it because I have water pony practice. What is water pony practice? Yeah, yes. Please do not push the Rhine. You also can't help with the Sojourn right now. Clear these jackasses out. Clear out the angle here. If you go here, I don't care if the Rhine goes in your backline. Who cares? Let him do what you're do to him better than he does to you. Their backline is in a better position, so you need to remove their backline from the better position. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, how are we going to lose this fight? I will leave that to your imagination.
I woke him up, my bad, bro.
Let's beat this.
I mean, you see it, right? We ain't winning it here. We ain't winning it here. Our Mei is deadlifting on the flank. Imagine if Tim was on the flank with Mei. Ray dying? Good question, but surprisingly not this time. Yeah, I mean, it's essentially we need to go out and clear out that angle with our Mei, and even if the Rhine goes in our backline, it doesn't matter. We're equipped to that. I think again, it's just like it's like yeah, clear space.
Man, my fault, bro. I had a free pin out of him.
Because you have Mei, you should absolutely always be able to win these shorter sidelines area, right?
I thought.
If you went for the backline when they ulted, would you instantly die? No. How would they BAP window to stop you from pushing from here to here? With Mei wall. And sleep dart. And nade. Answer, they can't.
I woke him up, my bad, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Let's beat this.
Fashion half.
I got ult. Pistol.
Man, my fault, bro. I had a free pin out of him, I thought.
It's fine. It's fine.
Man, my fault, bro. I had a free pin out of him, I thought.
Okay. Well, I guess that's one of a small victory, I guess.
Yep, yep.
Just the first map, guys. It's fine. Not our map. Can we get a screenshot of what?
What's a screenshot? What's this guy talking about?
Stats.
It's J3's. J3's getting the stats. Okay. What do you guys think? Do we want to look at some Winston? And maybe some Diva? Looks like it's a shorter game too.
Don't go.
My heart.
Skill and shit. Like people just far surpass me now. Like tank and supporter when I'm decent at.
Overwatch 1.
He always brags about Monkey. Amari cameo, sure. Actually, she might be at the door. I think she wanted to get out. Dude, I'm not even joking. She was literally sleeping in my sock basket. Amari. She's gone. If I hear her, she was meowing at the door a few minutes ago because she wanted in, but I wasn't letting her in because I didn't want to cause a big ruckus. But if I hear her again, or if you guys hear her meowing, let me know and I'll get her back in. Yes, clean sock basket.
We used to play, bro. Come on, man.
Wait, who's that?
Brax.
Oh shit! I knew your name was fuck familiar too. That's crazy.
Hanzo, Anna, Brig, careful, Timothy. They went May. They went May, Hanzo, and Gibraltar. Oh no, Tim. Yeah, see, this is the thing, guys. Like, the Bastion and then now the May and Gibraltar, they're just straight up abusing this man's ignorance because it's one of those things that's like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you're gonna have a bad time. Or unless it's me on May, and it doesn't matter whether you know, you're still gonna have a bad time because I'm just the greatest. But yeah, I mean, you know, yeah.
Trolling me like this, bro. There's no way. Oh my god.
Oh, did you spend points, Cat? All right, remind me, Cat. I'll get the Cat.
Oh, that's my bad. I did not anticipate a fucking May. My fault.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
Right now. Don't worry about it.
Fool me once? Yeah, surely. Surely.
Okay, they're feeding.
Man, no.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay, they're
So
feeding.
the way to play around the May is you just avoid the May. The May can't be in two places at once. They've dropped here, which now means if we're able to stabilize and reset, we can now take high ground, and then from that high ground actually drop onto the Hanzo. See, the problem with running May on this map is she has decent poke, but she's not good enough to deny a Winston from taking all these high grounds and off angles unless she's already on that high ground, in which case you could just take another flank and avoid her entirely. Obviously, bonkers on the head there, and then oh no. Oh no.
I'm not dead.
You're not dead, you're good. That jump wasn't particularly good.
I'm coming up. I'm coming up.
Yes, come up. They're gonna come up as well. So you might need to disengage.
Not coming up
We're
anymore.
a
I changed
little
my mind
slow.
actually. That May's fucking with me.
Hey, bubble.
Oh dear. We haven't actually properly reset either.
Yeah, dark room. If you're able to go in there, I can go with you, Tim. Oh,
Dark
never mind.
room.
Oh shit.
Oh, we just need to chill.
Let's just stop feeding and we going.
Yeah, man.
A little tough.
I mean, I kind of want to jump top. Like,
You can. You can jump
what
top.
if we all dive in
They
there?
are. I can't really get a nade on there. Though.
They just use bubble. No! No! Don't. Okay, listen. If they are stuffing here, that means that they are weak here, especially when they're running the May thing. You could go 3, 2, 1. What do you got? What are you running for DPS? Tracer, Genji. Have your Tracer threaten from here, your Winston and your Genji, Ana, Kiriko, whatever, jump from main here. And even if you jump on top of the May, at least you're not forcing it inside of a small room. And if they wall you, the wall will be a lot worse because you'll be out in the open. You'll be able to play around it.
Get a nade on there. Though.
This does nothing. This doesn't help your team at all.
I can jump the May.
Your Winston's, the bubble is used for you to 1v1 a hero or jump onto squishies.
Okay.
They wasted bubble, and then you wasted bubble.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're dead. You're dead. Everybody, let's just watch this one without sound at 0.5. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da. you see how disastrously that went? Could have been even worse. You can't do this. You waste bubble, you gotta wait.
Yeah.
Better Brig here, whip shots you immediately. I mean, they still hit the whip shot, but yeah. We need your bubble. And you can't even trade their backline with a nano monkey.
Oh, there's May behind.
Ha, this May is a genius.
Damn it, George.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's fucking May. You know, I really should have thought of that before I picked this map. Now that I'm thinking about it,
He's nutty.
Why?
He's so nutty.
you know, I really should have counterpicked the map against that.
I don't think so. May is not good in this map. May is completely
We have
avoidable.
Blade coming up.
I mean, have no.
May's right here.
A little bit of George.
Ignore the May. Ignore the May. Ignore her. No, stop. Stop. Ignore her. Stop.
Oh my
Stop.
god, massive.
Go for the squishies.
Alright, I'm taking the point.
I'm fixing to play Winston after this map to show what I'm talking about. I'm gonna do it.
I'm the only one on point right now, guys. I'm gonna need a little help soon.
Wait, C9?
I hope so.
It's as simple as like avoid, jump the squishies with bubble. That's it. And don't jump them in the small room where May can get you. We don't need to overthink this at all. Just jump the squishies.
It's gonna happen. Come on.
No, don't go for the Winston. Go for the May without ice block. And now you go for the May without ice block.
Press the win button.
Can we go high ground? Can we go high ground before they get
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm up.
They're gonna recontest. Don't focus on the Widow. I was gonna say, don't focus on the Winston, excuse me, because the Hanzo or May or whatever are gonna be pushing up at the same time, and that's exactly what happens. They're there, on the flank.
Hanzo's right there. Hanzo's on the...
I can go high ground.
Winston's like half.
I don't know, let me know when you got it.
Alright, call one on Blade. I have it.
No, we wait for bubble, wait for bubble. Let's go. This is gonna work. Oh, we just didn't have bubble yet. Oh no! Oh no!
I'm just froze me.
Oh no! Probably didn't need to primal just yet. Would have waited to the last possible second, but yeah, this fight's lost.
It's very winnable.
Oh man.
I don't know how that fucking...
We have.
Alright.
Maybe I could do something.
Going high for big anti.
Don't go in there. Don't do it. You know the May's there. It's not even the... Because you wouldn't want to go here anyway, because the squishies aren't here, so why are you even bothering, right?
It's okay, I can make him drop back by going to point.
Not...
I can force point.
Ends up working out okay. Nobody's here. Don't.
Oh, fucked up.
Don't. Just stay and look for squishies. Stay and look for squishies. Don't peel back and tank. You can see the tank focus. You guys see it? You see it?
Try and get time. Fuck it.
And because we turned around on tank, we don't have high ground. And because we don't have high ground, we don't actually have a way to get to the squishies. You see the squishies over here? We can't get to them now. Now we have to jump the cart. Where the only thing that we can get is the Brig, which to be fair, isn't bad. She's going to die now.
Brig dead.
Or man point.
I'm trying to stay alive.
Go for me. Go for me.
Dead on point.
And there's the flank that we should have been able to control. No way they lose this though. No way they lose this.
What the?
How'd that miss? Is he alive?
Nice.
Give me good spawn. Give me good spawn. Give me good spawn.
Nice.
Oh, there's actually a... You can swap spawns now in this game.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Just interact. If you press interact here, you go back or you go forward.
Their Brig is one on me.
Times have changed.
got him.
I know, right? I was gonna say, it sounds way too familiar. Stop trading monkey. Stop trading monkey. I think the reason why, okay, so trading tanks was generally not the play, even in Overwatch 1, if you could avoid it. But the reason why it's especially the case in Overwatch 2 is because all the tanks are tankier and all the tanks do less damage. So proportionally, your damage matters even less than it does to the enemy squishies, right? Especially with the armor just being a flat damage reduction right now, it is
Thanks for the feed.
not great.
I'm ready.
I'm on Anna. Anna's inside
He's
of
gonna
body
get
block.
slapped.
Body blocking.
Oh no, he's not.
One. Nice.
Hey, it's a good game when you jump squishies.
I can go Hanzo? I'm on Hanzo.
Yeah! Got a bubble too. Nice!
Come back.
Brick one.
Nice! Ignore him. Help with the Brig. The Brig is 1 HP, I'm hearing. The Brig doesn't die, and then we die as a result.
Got time, but fuck it.
Back in action.
It's the same issue with the Reinhardt.
We have Nano here. We could look to Nano Tim.
Yeah.
Huge. Okay.
Just look to dive a Hanzo. Don't even bother with
Hanzo's top left.
I'll try and dive him, yeah. Are you guys ready if I go?
I'm not ready yet. I'm
I'm waiting.
Me too.
Okay, I'll be ready in like
Alright, call it. I'm here.
Are you ready?
Three.
Can someone ping him?
I can ping.
Okay, I'm going. I'm going.
Can you get me behind?
The Frig's
Oh,
on me.
he's too many top boys. Fuck, man.
It's honestly okay. Oh no. Yeah, it's honestly okay. Probably didn't need to bubble that as soon as we needed to because we still had armor to play with.
I'm about to go.
Damn, that's on me. I fucked that up.
Oh, he's close. You almost had primal.
I didn't.
Top right.
Make space with Primal, knock that Hanzo off, then we can continue to cart.
Barry trolls
You want
bubble.
still top right? Yeah.
Let's walk 3.
Hanzo's sleeping, go, 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 go.
Ha, there's a whip shot. Could have saved bubble if you get whipped there. Go for the Ana. We're Hanzo here. And that's gonna be it right here. Nobody's dying in rally. Oh, I lied.
Reloading.
Definitely rusty in the mechanics. Good right click. It's not gonna matter. Okay. So, a lot of tank contest stuff.
So
Let's look at a little bit of Devo.
He did not.
Oh, I hear it. There's the Winston.
Now, if they swap off of Winston, you can actually do a pretty reasonable. If they stay Winston, you could do a pretty good job mirroring their tank. It's about one of the few times where a mirroring tank is okay, but even then, it's not optimal.
He went Diva.
There's still May. There is still May.
Someone's a cart.
I got
Barry's a coward, goes Diva.
Man, calm.
I shot my own team.
Wait, never mind. There's a lot of people in cart.
We dropped.
Yeah, I dropped.
Don't think we need to drop. I don't know why we're dropping. We could off angle from high ground, and then now look at Barry. Barry just juked us.
Nice. Very one.
Full matrix, full matrix, full matrix, full matrix. Nice.
Dying.
Mid behind. Off, one.
May on the flank.
May no ice book.
Oh, he got it.
Go back and retake high ground. I can't believe that I'm hearing GM players that are not TimtheTatman saying we can drop. Trolling me.
Hey, Barry can die?
Bro, Tim playing ball would be hilarious. My playing ball is horrible.
Alright, 3v3.
Go cart. Oh, Barry's on my ass. Okay.
Yeah. This might be a quick one.
Why did you guys mess up?
I tried.
Hanzo,
He knocked me out of it.
be very careful.
Yeah, you have no heals up there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Man.
Divas are extending. We can punish her once you get HP back. Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh my gosh, lukewarm. Bomb is fairly good. I don't think it's gonna matter though. Yeah, that's GG's right there. Okay, so main thing was definitely overall for him a little bit of the tank focus, some of the micro, and tank focus and micro were the big ones. But then also like clearing space was specifically in Reinhardt playing around Bastion turret for him. I mean, not a huge surprise here. Not a huge surprise. His RAM was good though. Okay, that's cool. Let's you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go Winston. I'm gonna play a game with Winston. I'm playing a game with Winston. And then maybe we'll do some mass Spilo. Hold it in. Shut up. Loading account information for years. There we go. This man's Winston's trash. Shut up. I'm just gonna do a quick play because of the Q times. Please no snipe me. I need my SR. Well, hang on. What's the Q time in tank? Under a minute? Yeah, we can handle that. Surely I win, chat. What if... Surely... Well, listen, no, I'm not quick play. I just thought it was gonna be the Q times. Alright, we gotta warm up. Alright, chat, watch this. Gotta coordinate with my team. Communicate, shot call. Got him! Anna, Kiri, Ash. So we'll have decent range. I won't have any dive help though as of now.
Thanks for the compliment.
What are we seeing out the spawn door?
Tending to Earth keeps the girl busy.
As for life with the moot chat, yeah. This is contenders scan. There's probably better ones. Ash, damage boosted Sombra. Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to my Sombra timing. I'm not gonna have as much healing per second though.
Because you always leave a paper trail.
Winston, please stop talking.
3, 2, 1. Attack commence.
Doom. Soldier. Cassidy. I could bypass the Cassidy and isolate the soldier. I'm gonna go now. All this. Listen, I'm not gonna say a single word the rest of this VOD review, only sweat. I'll say this, my right click is not warmed up at all.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Score 3-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
A better world is possible today.
Stay in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
Touching down. There's always sides to it.
Foxes were out Run from the foxes fight back.
Someone call?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attacker incoming. Got an enemy here.
Right away. Got it. Try again.
Simply the greatest of all time. Maybe, I don't want to say definitely Overwatch League level, but almost certainly Overwatch League level. Now I want you guys to take a second. Obviously it ended up working out that way. And this isn't exactly like top 500 gameplay, alright? I'm not gonna lie to you. But they went, Doomfist focused me, Reaper focused me, Bastion focused me, Torbjorn focused me. And using the map geometry and avoiding the counters is doable. Focus DPS, focus DPS, focus DPS, focus DPS, focus DPS. My mechanics were horrible, right? I was constantly losing track of what was going on around me. GG's. It's a Masters game, Nodlin. What do you expect? 33% win rate. Shut up. Okay, let's do some Mass Spilo. Why not focus Kiri first in DPS? I mean, obviously, yes. There's nuance to that. I guess the point is that focus squishies first. Okay. Let's do some Mass Spilo. The Mercy Weaver combo, yeah, that was questionable. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's do some math. So exclamation mark Discord if you want to ask any questions, you can throw them in here. I probably won't be able to get through all of them. Like, I'm still playing catch up. I will probably be able to get to 1, 2, 3 to here-ish. So I'm catching up slowly. I'm slowly catching up because I missed several Aspals for a while, and so I've been basically on backlog duty. I think Do you play ranked much? No. I mean, you guys can look at my hours this season. I don't even need to pull it up. I have it in my career profile. You guys already saw. I have about 10 hours this entire season. I don't play ranked much. And I've played more ranked in Overwatch 2 than I've played in like 3 years prior to that. There was a period of time over like 3 months, 4 months where I didn't even play any Overwatch at all. And then most of the time it was just quick play with friends outside of that. All right. So exclamation mark Discord. But yeah, my bad. I'm on the wrong scene. But yeah, let's take a look. When playing against characters that can 2-tap, should I get to cover after they land a body shot, wait to get healed, or stay longer and pray they don't headshot me? I mean, generally, you're gonna have to use your. If you think that the value out of risking the death is worth it, then stick around. Like if I'm playing Cass versus Cass, if the Cass body shots me, that doesn't necessarily mean that I hide if he's also body shotted. So you just have to decide about whether the advantage of going for the pressure or rolling the dice on a death is worth it. That is an unbelievably nuanced question that I think most of the answers to that question are pretty obvious. Why is Slugger? Bro, GM is 1%. 1% in Overwatch 2 is not the same as 1% in Overwatch 1 because there are a lot new Overwatch 2 players. And most of those players are bad. After reviewing a lot of bronze, gold, silver footage, bronze, silver, and gold players in Overwatch 2 are slightly worse. GM players are slightly worse. That's just how the game works. This shouldn't have to be said. I feel like people are constantly debating it. It just is. So I don't get why this is a hot take. But this also doesn't mean that getting Grandmaster isn't a cool accomplishment, nor does it mean that Grandmaster players aren't good at the game. They are. It's just the Overwatch 1 stuffy old grandpas that are playing Gatekeeper. Oh, actually, back in my day. Yeah, shut up, grandpa. We've heard it a million times. When focusing on learning a new hero, should I just one-trick and force the hero even on bad maps, or should I just complete my playing maze? I think to an extent, at least one-tricking to an extent will be helpful, just so that you can kind of learn to play around the weaknesses. But then once you kind of feel like you've gotten comfortable at playing Sigma or Ram in their bad maps respectively, then you can kind of play to their strengths. So like, I think it depends. If you want to get really good at a hero, then one-tricking is the best way to go, even on bad maps, to kind of figure out those bad circumstances. But if you're playing for like a team or something like that, then you have to kind of keep that one in mind. Yo, Moneyfolder, what's up? Examples of a bad Sigma map? Honestly, the map I just played. Second point would be miserable to play Sigma on that map. Way too much high ground, way too much space. You saw how much I was bouncing around on Winston, just that map. If I didn't have a hero that could do that, it would have been really rough. Yeah. As a Kiriko Zen player, should I be concerned about timing? Obviously, everything about Kiriko Zen. I mean, Kiriko... Yes, timing. Be careful about when you peek a Zenyatta when there's no team pressure, especially when you're playing into snipers or something with range poke. Be careful about how aggressive you take angles as Zenyatta or Kiriko when you're not timing them with your team, because you can get forced out, cleared out, or dove. I take angles as Zenyatta all the time, but if I take angles as Zenyatta without my team, I die. That's it. Care about timing on every hero, right? The hero, even the heroes that don't have as much like mobility and cooldown reliance, still need to worry about timing about when they take aggressive positions. What are the main? For example, I might say that Zenyatta is less concerned about timing because he doesn't have to worry about cooldown timing, right? But I might say that Zenyatta is more worried about timing because he's more of a fragile hero that will not only get his cooldowns forced, but will die if he takes an angle at a bad time. Whereas a hero like Kiriko, you have to worry about taking angles at a bad time because it will get your cooldowns forced, but you won't likely die for it, if that kind of makes sense. What are the main heroes for each role I need to learn as an Echo main? I think having some comfort on Tracer would be helpful. Maybe a base familiarity with each tank, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. That matters more at like the Overwatch League level, like where having a really good Tracer or having a decent Tracer as an Echo player is like pretty important, because it's going to be the difference between getting gap validity with pulse bombs or not. But besides that, not a huge deal. Interesting question though. As a D.Va player, what is my gameplay and for dealing with Doom? Is it just a contest who can kill the opposite? I think it's both. So you are worse at contesting the enemy backline, but you're also much better in the 1v1. So it's avoid You can go for their backline when you want to, where you can mark him. When it's easy to mark him, mark him. When it's not easy to mark him and he's giving you free access to his backline, or his backline is very fragile, then go for the backline. It's very nuanced, depends on the circumstance. But if you have to chase a Doomfist around the map the entire time and he's just going right past you, and you're having to peel constantly, try and decipher about whether you need to be doing that. You guys saw in that game that I just played, I was mostly playing to avoid the Doomfist because I'm terrible in the Doomfist 1v1. However, I'm better than he is when I get on his backline. I can contest. I'm not as necessarily going to get a kill as him, but I'm able to like contest. For example, you guys saw the Sojourn Mercy for a long time when I have bubble, longer than he can, and at a lower risk. So if you were, it's kind of balanced. Like Diva's is not as able to kill backlines, especially multiple backliners at once, but she can also match the Doomfist. So just play it by ear. Play it by ear. I would avoid chasing Doomfist too much. Try and set up and prevent him from taking the angles. But if you have to like fly backwards in your team at a million miles away to try and matrix when he's already kind of gone in for a cycle, then it might not work out so well. When I play Meng, I sometimes try to slow down someone in close range or to make it easier to hit. Is it good to just hold left click on him? That's a good question. I think I would say the slowing effect for your freeze is more to do with to prevent them from escaping and setting up your team's damage, not yourself. So what I would ask myself when I'm freezing with Mei is my team going to get better follow-up off of this than I will hit with icicles? And if the answer is no, then just focus on just doing the close range mouse one for securing the kill. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind is that technically freezing is less DPS than hitting icicle headshots. So if you're hitting icicle if I'm freezing like a Hanzo, that's not always a good idea unless he's already like 1 HP, because I'm giving him the opportunity to hit a one shot on me, and it might be better to focus on 80-80 strafing and use my own icicles there. Right, exactly, Cyberfish. I would never really consider my own slow to set up my own icicle. It's not really something I would consider. Hi, what would be the Overwatch path to pro? How do you get trials for top OD teams? Get high rank, then reach out to every single team that you could possibly see in the competitive Overwatch looking for team Discord, the Overwatch University looking for Discord. You can go in Elo Hell, get good. You can search in your add a server, type in open division, and look for teams in there as well. Join a team, higher rank, keep grinding your rank, ask for as many trials as you possibly can. 90% of them will ghost you, 10% of them accept you, 5% of those will like you, 5% won't like you. Take your pick of the 5% that accept you. You just have to keep reaching out, keep repping. Hi, my team is struggling against Balters. Just on my character, we prefer to play second. We're about 4. I'm not sure what prefer to play second means, but good to see you, SO. Hope you're doing well. We're about 4.3 currently. I was wondering if there's any way to play second against a comp properly. We would just have to go. I mean, just mark them. Just mark, hard mark. If by going second you mean counter diving, then you can just focus on like hard marking their Tracer Sombra with your own DPS, whatever that's a Tracer Sombra as well. But yeah, just hard marking. I would focus less on going second or first, or deciding about whether you want to go for proactive plays of your own or try to deny their plays. But you have a lot of utility and ways of messing up. Like Ball Tracer Sama Kiriko Lucio is a great dive comp, but it's also a great anti-dive comp. Like if you were to like replace this with a Zenyatta, it actually would be a total troll. Not that I'm recommending that, because you have so many heroes that could just mess up enemy dives. So keep that in mind. It's a good dive comp, but it also messes up dive as well. So you could play for that if you wanted to. Yeah, Slugger. I mean, it just depends on individual experience. I'm giving the worst case scenario situation, but you never know. So about playing about 2 weeks ago, I have 13 hours in Echo, one of a good secondary heroes. Echoes are always good in all matchups. I don't know. Keep playing the game. Try every hero in the game until you find a hero that you like. If you're only 13 hours in the game, or 2 weeks ago in the game, then there are so many heroes for you to try, and ultimately it's going to matter what's more fun. Don't worry about building a hero pool right now. Focus on playing what's fun. What's an actionable goal in regards to positioning, repositioning? Cover usage, and if my positioning is not getting value right now, always having the habit of, can I take another angle? Like if I'm taking an angle with Hanzo, with Ana, with Roadhog, and it feels like this angle has gotten scouted, that they're counteracting, they're rotating, then I need to reposition. So whenever you feel like your position isn't good, then in terms of getting pressure value, always reposition, re-angle. More important for some heroes than others, especially heroes that can shoot, but something to consider. And then obviously cover usage and being aware of where your team is positioned is always a good thing to be aware of. Hey Zensei. If you were drafting an L team, money is no object, but you can only have 6 minutes. What role do you put your 6th? I think probably... That's a really good question. I think probably... I think a lot of the top tier... You need a top tier Tracer player, and you need a top tier hitscan player. And I think if you were to build your roster, you could probably get away with 2 DPS. Because I think the best of the best with DPS can... Like, if you got, like, a Kevster Lip, right? You would be probably fine. And for any meta. Tracer, Sombra, Sniper metas, you'd be okay. So I think if you're talking, like, S-tier DPS, you probably only need 2 DPS. And I think to an extent that's also true with supports. You would be a little bit worse in double flex support situations. But I'm not sure. I would say probably 3 supports or 2 tanks. Because I think even the best of the best when it comes to tanks still have a massive gap on like heroes like Doomfist, Zarya, D.Va if she were to ever become meta, Sigma, and so on. No, that's true, Money Folder. I agree. That's why I'm like so cautious with that. Cheers, Genuine. Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for hopping in, man. And thanks for the gifted subs earlier, by the way. I really appreciate it. That was super, super generous of you. Opinions on players and content creators calling certain abilities fundamentally imbalanced. So I like this question because I dislike this statement, fundamentally imbalanced. It's such an egotistical, naive way of putting things. What is fundamentally... I've actually had a rant on this several months ago. What does fundamentally imbalanced mean? I think that even if you look at something like Life Grip, which I am guilty of calling fundamentally imbalanced because I think it takes away agency from the player, even that doesn't necessarily be fundamental. I mean, unless something's literally turning off your monitor, I mean, there's a nuance. And the problem is that people don't want to admit that maybe fundamentally imbalanced has a little bit of nuance, right?
Thank you.
Thank you for the sub, mate. I appreciate it. But basically, it's like, is something like a damage boost or a Discord fundamentally imbalanced? No, nothing is fundamentally imbalanced by necessity. It just is a type of gameplay expression that you're not a fan of, which is damage amplification. I don't like Life Grip because I think being able to position somebody without their approval is fundamentally imbalanced. But I mean, it's also the more enjoyable part of the kit. And also, maybe it could work out. Maybe it couldn't. I don't know. I think you look at things that are... I think when people use the term fundamentally imbalanced, a lot of it comes to outliers like hack, damage boost, things that are very unique in their expression. But the problem is that you can't paint all unique abilities like Suzu, damage boost, Sojourn Rail, with the fact that you don't lose any speed with a one shot, which was at the time very unique. You can't just say it's immediately fundamentally imbalanced. And one thing that definitely players and content creators abuse a lot is we're big whiners. We are big whiners. I like to think of myself as not being a whiner. I try to choose my battles, and I also try to give nuance with my takes. Like, for example, the Brig video that I released was very negative and very positive. I try to give actionable feedback and specific advice about what I would do differently rather than just complaining on Twitter, right? The only time I've been very, very negative has been about Blizzard bounce philosophy, which I think they've never communicated and they still don't have an idea of what they're doing, and Lifeweaver. I think those have been the 2 ones, and I've tried to choose my battles there. Right, Money Folder. Cavs was in my home and he has pulse pump. What do I do? I mean, it's too late now. I mean, rip in peace, pair. Why am I losing all my rank games? Because you're Nodlin. Is there factors besides preference of going to choosing between Winston and Reinhardt for your personal... No, there's not really. No. Not particularly, no. I think having Discord to have like an internal cooldown would be fair, yeah. I don't know if I'd do 4 a second, but... I don't know. If I was practicing something like positioning, how do I know that I'm good at it so I can just go practice another thing? You need to be very specific about what part of your positioning that you're practicing. And then when you feel that you've made a little bit of progress at it, it's time to move forward. So you don't know when it's time to practice another thing. I guess it's like more of when you're bored of practicing it / you've made, like for example, if you were to practice like a specific basketball, football, any sort of writing skill, you would try to get it to where it's noticeably better, even if it's only 5-10% better, and then it would be time to move on to keep things fresh and interesting. But also, you can't just say, I'm going to be a better writer. What about your writing do you want to get better? Try and be a little bit more specific with it. In your Overwatch 2 support guide, you section about Lucy, you mentioned that it isn't important to have a lot of people in your aura at all times as long as you're denying flankers. I was evaluating my game with an open division Lucy, but they said that it was important to always have people in your aura. It is a well, you want people in your aura, right? Okay, so let me put it this way. When I'm coaching a Kiriko player, I always say there's heal bot Kiriko, there's DPS flanker Kiriko, and then there's doing both. For example, if I can pocket my tracer on the flank while I'm also DPS Kiriko, that's optimal. So my point is that if you can deny a flanker while also having people in your aura, that's what you need to be aiming for. But you don't have to worship the number in your aura at the expense of doing other things as a result. It'd be the quote of like, eating healthy is really important, and then somebody gets so obsessed with eating healthy that they get stressed out, and that they put so much time into it that they're not exercising and building relationships and getting work done, and it's an obsession. And the reason why I talk about you don't need to have a lot of people in your aura as long as you're denying flankers. That is 100% true. You see, you have to fight the initial impression to break the mold. You need to try to have people in your aura, but it's not a rule. I was playing a Ryan comp and I was against a ramp. Right, so when you're playing in a comp like this, I appreciate this context, by the way. It is easier to keep people in your aura and still do your job, because in these comps, people are going to be splitting a little bit less. Great question. So what would your take be on Kiriko, Spilo? I know a lot of people think that Arcade is a bit too much, probably best. I think that a lot of the complaints with her are compensated by the fact that she's fun. I think, here's my hot take, and it's not really a hot take, honestly. It's a medium lukewarm take. I think Kiriko right now is fine. I think there will always be frustrations about Suzu, frustrations about TP, but her healing is balanced, her ult isn't an I win button anymore, and she actually fills the niche that she was designed to do. Could you take a look at Suzu and TP maybe in the future? Maybe TP is still too easy, maybe it goes too far, I don't know, but I think for now she is far from the most important thing. She's fun to play. She's not near as frustrating to play against as she was in the past. She does take a high level of skill, and like I said, she actually fits the niche that she was designed to do finally. So I would say leave her. Leave her, focus on bigger fish to fry. Didn't find the code, I assume. Oh, we coached TimtheTatman. Just, yeah, I never got the code berry yet, tragically, but that's okay. I think, I don't know what I would change about Kiriko if I would say anything else. Maybe longer cool. Suzu TP and her damage spam. It's not even like her dueling potential. It's just the fact that it's just so spammy. Definitely feels a little wonky. But again, not the biggest priority for me right now. How should you do with Junkrat like Flame himself if you're playing Sombra? It's tough. I think being aware of his concussive mines can definitely help. A high-level Junkrat like Flame himself will be able to cancel your hack a lot with concussive mines, which can make it really hard. But if you do get the hack on Junkrat without concussive mines and you play cover well, I do think you have the advantage of in the 1v1. Or avoid him, because he isn't the easiest 1v1 in the world unless you get the hack off. In Owl matches in Shambali Monastery, they were playing Winston, Hanzo, Tracer, on a Kiriko. Why is Hanzo Kiriko being played in that comp? It's just a poke anti-dive comp. That's all it is, really. You have a more longer sightline map, so you want Hanzo. And because it's a longer sightline map, you could get away with both Ana and Kiriko. You don't need, like, the Brig or the Lucio. You'll see this in Overwatch League. Ana Kiriko is generally a longer, not sniper, but dive sniper hybrid backline. More greedy. Hanzo provides spam, Kiriko provides spam and map control, but she does so in a like Kiriko does the same thing that Brig does, but she does it greedier. In other words, she controls, she does it basically like provides more value than the Brig when you don't have to permanently peel your Ana. And in a long sightline map like Shambali, you shouldn't always have to peel your Ana. So you could get more value out of the Kiriko than you do with the Brig, because the Kiriko can kind of do her own thing with the Tracer. They did on King's Row, right? No, they did. It was the APAC review that I did, and it makes sense, right? You put your Ana on high ground and first defense, and she's pretty much fine for a while. Like, you're not going to have your Ana dying instantly, so you could get greedy with the Kiriko Tracer. Would Doom Tracer, Sama, Kiriko, and Brig be the best way to play Doom currently in general? Maybe. It wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. I mean, Doom would still be tough into the Sombra Tracer, because honestly, it's not even just the Sombra, it's the fact that like Brig can really make your day rough. And I think Pulse Bomb and Tracer damage is tough, but it would be reasonable. Doom's still in a weird spot though. Doom is not the best in dive mirrors. I think Winston objectively outvalues him. Doom is more something that feels better versus more range comps / more like Ryan Brawl comps. But yeah. What makes a worse owl team? We always see mechanical gods great, but his mechanic team were whenever okay, let's put it this way. Whenever I looked for a player, there's 3 categories I judge a player by: mechanics, mentality, and what was the third one? What am I thinking of? It wasn't communication. Maybe it was communication. Those are the 2 big ones, though, because the 2 things you can't really coach very well are mechanics and mentality, right? And I might have been communication. I love that I'm just like actually butchering my point here by not remembering the third, but regardless. So if you looked at like top owl teams, I would say that this is probably the most important like 3 factors here. Where you have good owl teams generally have good mechanics, they have good mentality, either through good team leadership or just honestly getting lucky. Like if you win a couple of games, that's going to build confidence and you're going to snowball off of that. It just doesn't. And mentality, if you're winning a lot of games, is very fragile. And then good communication, right? Like having a good idea of like when we're going in. Honestly, like macro knowledge definitely helps, and micro and being like knowing all the fundamentals of Overwatch help. But basically, a lot of that stuff is more about can be kind of covered by good communication. Like a lot of teams don't have the level of understanding, especially Western teams don't have the level of understanding that a lot of other teams have. But it can be compensated by just good quality, good communication, and good planning. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm basically, here's the thing with Eternal. Eternal is a bad team right now. They're just bad. And it just doesn't sit well with me to kick a dog while it's down. You know what I'm saying? Because we've all had bad times, right? They're a really good player. Fearless was on Shanghai, right? You know what I'm saying? So leave them. Let's hope that they sort things out. They could do it. They absolutely could do it. But I see no reason to just continue to dogpile on somebody like that, right? Just let him go. You know, we'll see what happens. Is Kasoros on Toronto now? Yeah. But what makes a great owl team is usually mechanics, good communication, good mentality, either from winning or from having good team leadership. And then obviously I think a lot of owl teams also benefit a lot from having very good, strong fundamentals. Maybe not understanding all the tiny details about macro, but just having like good planning structure, good understanding of map control, like having a composition life. Like one of the best things a coach can do, especially early on in Metis, is to give like a composition hack. Like this is one thing that we need to be thinking about, guys. And then it just kind of helps players to stay focused and calm. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Avala, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to talk about Avala. What do you think about this balance change? I keep thinking this should be ideal to get 2 characters to both feel fair to play with. Genji, damage increase from 27 to 28. Fair. Blade damage increase, but can no longer be damage boosted. Sure. These are fine. Kiriko to procure both saving at silver one of them is going to play. So long gives them vulnerability. Summon a lamp. I mean, I'm not sure how this would play in execution, but it would be something worth talking with it. If I speak, I in big trouble. Yeah, let's just put it this way: a lot of sussy baka stuff happened in 2022 with the Eternals. This is the change that I like the most, but probably the most one of the the most sure. Susan no longer cleanses but keeps invulnerability. I mean, it's a hot take, but I don't think that these are absurd. It would be interesting. I'm not going to give them my stamp of approval because I'm not so sure how I feel about it, but I haven't put enough thought into it myself to decide. You forgot about microwave dinner? Unfortunate. We'll do a few more, guys. We'll do a few more. What do you think could be happening with London behind the scenes? No idea. I mean, it really, honestly, guys, it really could just be nothing. Like, London is not all of a sudden going to be like mechanical dominating warlords. Maybe we could have hoped that they would have developed more mechanically over the time, but they never were going to be a top tier team, like top tier team in terms of mechanics. They still have a ceiling, and they give them time to develop, right? I mean, we started slow last season too. It's been a 1 weekend, guys. 1 weekend. Maybe nothing's happened with London, and they just had a bad weekend. You know, it's not. I don't think it's like a huge like. Could they have a really good season? Yes. Could they have a really bad season? Yes. It's 1 weekend. You can't really decide anything from 1 weekend. I think they should remove invulnerability from Susan, just make it a cleanse on innate. Yeah, having it as a cleanse only and give no invulnerability would definitely be a take that I would be interested to see. What do you think about Life is Platinum granting 10 to 20% amateur feelings on it? There's a new platform. It's interesting. My thing with the platform is I think that there's the repositioning that it does in its current state, where you can't really control how it repositions and such. I talked about this in my video, where I just feel like I don't feel like it has enough niche uses. It feels like it can help you reposition. It can help move people out of a dive. And then there's a lot of circumstances where you just don't want to use it at all. And that feels a little bit weird to me. I think Life Weaver's biggest issue is not necessarily is allowing Petal to function in more circumstances, and also making sure that there's more to do in the downtime. There's too much useless downtime. That's true, Huggin plays. That's true. Kiriko hitbox, yes, that's fair as well. Kiriko hitbox might be the first thing that I would change with Kiriko right now, or the priority I would change. I know this is an ask by the channel. I've been going to Overwatch. Speed messages about still playing Overwatch shoes. Diamond was my but this is over your last year. I don't know what's really my play one thing and display that we can't all play. I want to watch most of my records. I review them. I only play if he gets for day. I don't know what spells I'm playing. This is my thing. We can go back to Ryan because I'm playing this or something. So I love teaching at this point. I talk about how you just say you don't only play ways and still play. How to get most of just play. Just play. Just play. Just play. Play. How to get the most out of your play sessions? Have some goals after you've played and realize some of your shortcomings, right? But just play. Try and come up with some goals once you've played and spotted some of your mistakes or some of the things that you're doing well. Try to figure, and then just play. Try and spread out your play time. Would be the biggest way to doing things. In terms of guides, relevant info, you're in the right place, mate. Coaching VOD Compendium, Spilo 2, my YouTube. There's hours and hours, dozens, and there's at least 100 hours of resource, if not more. Be better if Terrors became completely immune to Suzy like May and Ice Block, where you can't heal them as early. Just maybe, yeah. What were your criteria for narrowing down Team USA? Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think people are. It's hard to. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. At least for the bigger horses, like America, China, and Korea, World Cup is just a fun little side project. There are too many players and staff that are involved in the project that have too many other things that they're doing, whether it's Overwatch League scrims, private coaching, people aren't, the teams that are taking it more seriously are more of the mid-dog underdog teams because it's fun to train, but we haven't even scrimmed yet. And I imagine that's probably true to an extent for a lot of Chinese and Korea teams as well. So when it came to criteria for narrowing down Team USA, we've tried to pick the players that would cover the best players with the best mechanics and the best communication that would cover the most metas and that were going to require the least amount of help. Because will help coach some, but my impact and all the coaches' impact is going to be like teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. Yeah, Hawk did not want to be on the team because he's focusing on Owl this season. So coach's impact is going to be teeny tiny. Basically, we just pick players that were just going to show up, play well, and it would cover a lot of holes macro-wise. That's pretty much it. There just isn't time or interest to do anything more serious than that. In your life, if you're still sucks, you made a point about there being too much downtime, not value cost for. Let's do this last question here. I feel like potentially a lot of these points could be applied to given one for lack of utility. The difference is that BAP is a lot less clunky and better damage and healing. Correct. Wonder if that comparison is valid and making line doing much healing bring it more in line with BAP. Yes. I mean, that's the big thing is like, I don't think you necessarily need to make Lifeweaver do more damage, but if you're not going to, I think you definitely need to make him do a little bit more damage so that he can at least keep himself up. But if you're not going to give him more damage so that there's more reward for weaving and damage and healing, then there needs to be something else to do. You can either have A or you can have B. You can't have neither. And that's where we're at right now, where everyone's like, and myself included, clueless, right, was like, oh, if we make the weapon swap and remove the weapon swap foolishness, the hero's going to feel a lot better. Turns out, when you're not doing any damage anyway, there's no point even having it that way. And that's the big problem. It's like we have this lovely little weapon swap that we don't have to do anymore, but now it's like, okay, wait a second, I'm not doing anything anyway, what's the point? And I think that's the problem. And it's like, there's nothing to do in the downtime with Lifeweaver. If you've ever watched any high-level Lifeweaver gameplay, it's really boring. And you have big impact when things go wrong. And I think that's such a weird thing. SVB made a nice video about taking high grounds and repositioning your teammates with life grip and pedal, but even that is extremely niche and situational, and is something that is just not able to be actually executed most of the time. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Yeah, DeFran unranked to top 500. Now, I will say that I think it's going to take time to really know how good Lifeweaver is. Of course. Everybody is unquestionably underrating Lifeweaver. However, underrating garbage doesn't make it any less garbage, right? That garbage doesn't stink that bad, yes, but it's still garbage. That's the problem. So, lots of suggestions out there. We'll see what they do with them. All right, chat. I'm going to head out. I'm going to toss a raid over to Mind of G, somebody that we've raided before. And you guys have a wonderful day. I will be back on Saturday. We will have Owl Companion stream, maybe some fun, etc., variety stuff on the side. And I will chat with you guys later. Loves and kisses. Thanks for the subs. Exclamation mark coaching. Exclamation mark Patreon. Exclamation mark your mama. Spilo out. Starting the raid in 10... 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raid!